the Dolphins drive back. They take the lead. You know what's going to happen. 2 minutes left in the game. And here's Matty Ice, who they could have drafted, 15 years ago? Instead, Bill Parcells, the tuna, who's helped start the trend towards the bottom of the ocean, my friends.
Yep.
It was the tuna. It's all on the tuna. Why don't we go back to the tuna? Bill Parcells, we thought he was going to be the savior. Teams that are bad are always looking for saviors, and they believe that whoever the next incoming the guy is, whatever component that is, whether it's a coach, GM, loaner, quarterback, a number one pick, free agent signing, they always think, wow, this is going to be the guy. And it never is. More often than not, it turns out that guy is indeed the Mike Tannenbaum saboteur that buries your team. The Atlanta Falcons organization is always, it seems like, in some form of upheaval, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
So they come in here a disheveled mess, and here's Greer with what should be a very polished team 3 years after a tank job, loaded with all kinds of great new talent, and sparked by a fresh young quarterback who they had targeted all along to be the guy that was going to guide their fortunes. And I literally thought Deshaun Watson was going to start the fourth quarter. Right? Chris Greer's on the phone the entire first half. Hey, we'll take him. No, I don't care. Tell us Atlanta Carmen. Disaster. Lubie, I will say this. Offensive line wasn't horrendous in this game. I thought they were given ample time to throw the football. Am I wrong about that? And, they were able to run the ball.
They ran the ball well. They ran the ball well.
Yeah. So the offensive line was good. That's usually the first thing you point to when you're looking at a Dolphin loss. Tua wasn't half bad, although that one bozoic play.
That was bad.
They should have a separate category for that. Turnovers and then bozoic. And that's what that was, right? Where the guy just is getting annihilated as he throws a ball. And they really do. They invoke the infield fly roll. Okay, infield fly roll. Runners on second and third, man.
Feeling kind of funny. Tuesday, Wednesday, man, think about money. Break out in the cold, cold sweat, thinking about that winning bet. Thursday night, I'm feeling all right. Degenerate Friday is in my side. Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. I said Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. The Defo Show just if I have my way. Every single day will be Degenerate Friday. Well, Lubie don't like it, but that's okay. Jimmy Mark's gotta pick the winners in a way. Yeah, it's my favorite day of the week. Got my on a winning streak. Boys down deal, they love the show. They follow our picks and make some dough. Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. I said Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. Defo Show just if I have my way. Every single day will be Degenerate Friday.
Feels like we're back at home. Good to be with you. A Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. And we are originating in a manner of speaking, from our old home here at Gulfstream Park. How great is that? In fact, I think I lost that photo, the one that's posted up there on the boards. Good morning, everybody. Great to be with you here on Ion Channel. I'm Jeff Deforrest. And, of course, this is Jersey, also known as Moneyline Martinez, Kyle Martinez, unbelievable. And, he would be the one guy that had the guts, the balls, the attitude that it takes to go ahead and say something along the lines of Jets, Moneyline, Jaguars, Moneyline. And then last night, I don't know, did you do it, Jersey Kyle? How are you, by the way, my friend? Good to see you out here at Gulfstream Park.
It's good to be back. I'm glad to be here on Degenerate Friday. This is the first time we're actually sitting together instead of me holding a cell phone up to my ear.
That wasn't working. The spontaneity just wasn't there.
No, I mean,
the ability to bust your balls consistently throughout the morning just wasn't the same opportunity.
Yeah, no, let me just say to start it off that, Tunga Vunga Via Loa Hunka Bunka Burn in Love. I mean, come on, was that the greatest thing you ever saw? The defense was amazing last night. I mean, They came out of the field, they shut down one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Then the Brissett gets hurt. In comes Vunga Tunga Vunga Via Loa Hunka Bunka, baby. I'm sitting there loving every minute of it. I didn't watch a minute of the game. I fell asleep at about 8:30, but I woke up this morning $400 richer.
Oh, get out of here! Don't tell me you had.
I had to do it.
Dolphins money line. I mean, please, everybody in the world was making a case. If ever, and this will prove to you people on the Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here at a would-be Gulfstream Park environment. The only thing missing, I do like the sounds and the scent of a racetrack in the morning.
Yes.
There's nothing like it, right? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It's absolutely fantastic. But all of the logic would dictate. I mean, we were talking about it all week, and that last game was torture. We've been comparing it to the last 45 minutes of $1 Million Baby, where I think you were with me when we got thrown out of the theater, and we were screaming at Hillary Swank, "Die already! Just die, woman, please. I want to go home." I'm out of here, right? Maybe you promised the wife you take her to a movie, and it happened to be that one. And she said, "Well, we'll go, and it's a boxing movie. You'll like it."
Yeah, sure you will.
Clint Eastwood. Who doesn't like Clint Eastwood? But what a loser that turned out to be. But all week long, we've been talking about how horrible the Dolphins are, and then this Lamar Jackson. Lubie would love this cliche, and he's at the controls today, Mike Lubitz, for you Lubie fans out there, and he has a very serious face on while we're doing this experiment here because of the video stream, which looks sensational.
No, and he's back from his European vacation. I mean, he looks refreshed anyway.
No, he looks like he contracted every disease that they have over there. I don't even know. Never mind COVID. That was like nothing.
9-hour international flight. Can we put him in a cage or some kind of plastic box? I don't know.
He'd welcome COVID at this point. It would be a relief from, what does he have, like typhoid fever or something? He came back with this kid. Unbelievable. He looks a little pale.
Yeah, no.
Over there, he's operating the controls. And speaking of looking pale, we always have to pay homage to Ion Channel. And it's, just a magnanimous leader. I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounded good, right?
It's a big word. I don't
know what it means, but if it's good, it's me.
Yes.
That was Muhammad Ali. But Jack staking his life, his reputation on these productions that, we are, attempting to accomplish here. And, that's a bold step, you would have to say.
I mean, the guy...
He probably, just regrets making that phone call going, is this Jeff Deforrest?
I think the man definitely drinks heavily. I mean, after he watches this,
He says he's becoming a degenerate just from watching us. So anyway, all the logic dictates Jersey Kyle and Mr. Moneyline himself. I can't believe you plunged on a Moneyline on the Dolphins last night. Nobody in their right mind, no sane person could have made a case for the Miami Dolphins. I was watching some FanDuel thing on TVG. Now they've taken over the universe. And Roger Goodell himself said the Dolphins have no chance.
Yeah, well, you know what? Again, my theory on the mush.
Yeah.
And there are many mushes wandering the streets right now as we speak. And somebody told me, do not bet on the Ravens tonight. 8.5 point spread.
I think it was 7.5.
It went up to 8.5 by post time, my friend. Come on, get with it.
How many suckers? I mean, it's almost like, when you go into Disney World, you remember taking your kids to Disney World. I don't know if you did that.
No, I did.
They grew up in New Jersey.
No, I did.
A huge mistake. And Lubie's going to eventually have children, as evidenced by the crib, which he finally ditched. That was in the background of the shots.
Yeah, what was
that?
I thought that was some type of nursery school or something going on.
Is that a subtle reminder from the wife that let's get busy in the bedroom? I mean, what is that? Just got married, this kid.
Yes.
How about relaxing a little bit, enjoying the atmosphere. But nonetheless, the entire night, you had to be thinking that they're sucking money out of your pocket, just like they did when you went through the gates at Disney World there, where they would just put a dustbuster to your pocket. They don't even ask you. Like, there's no fee. It's whatever you have on you, you're going to have to pay.
Yes.
And if it's under $150 per person, you're not getting any access to the ground.
That's a half a day pass you just got there for.
You only get the bus ride from the parking
lot. By noon,
lot.
they come and find you and throw you out of the park. All right, you're done.
You talk about a bad bet. Take your kids. No, I don't want to demean. We can't denounce Disney World. They'll throw us out of the state.
No. And now they got the cruise ships and everything. I think they have a casino on there, so it works for you.
I got an offer to go on a cruise casinos, 8 days, like exotic locations. They must realize that anybody that has any kind of casino card is probably live bait.
Yes. Yeah.
For the shark-infested waters that any hemophiliac would, perish in. And they take you out to sea for 8 days to separate you from your cash. And it was $35 per person.
Yes.
Included all fees,
Everything.
transportation,
Yeah.
everything. In fact, they even gave you a new wardrobe.
And they gave you the drink package too. Just drink as much as you want.
How bad are those slot machines on those ships?
Well, the story is
How tilted are the tables in the favor of the house?
they're about the way the height of the sea is how they're tilted.
Whoa, that ball rolled right out of my number. And look at that. Nobody hit that. It's the
I
one
hit-
number that's not covered on the roulette wheel, right? 35 black.
No, but when they do that search, I'm sure there's certain lists they can go on and find out. In most families, have one gambler in the family where the other one's yelling, you're not going to the track, are you? But in your family, when they look up the Deforrest family, you have two gamblers, the husband and the wife. Both.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
And we're the antithesis in terms of gambling philosophy of each other because she's a slot player, which, let's face it, you're pretty lucky with this kind of stuff. We've mentioned it many, many times. I don't know. When you hit that Hansel and Gretel machine.
Yes. When the
Right,
breadcrumbs started
there was
flying.
a trail of breadcrumbs to the Mon Ami Gabi restaurant there at the Paris
Yes.
in Las Vegas. And you follow it naturally right to a machine where some old bag was sitting.
Just firing.
Before you sat down, she was firing it. And finally, the ash fell from the cigarette there.
Yes.
It was like that old lady that was sitting next to Pat Riley when he was getting stiffed at the Circus by LeBron James for that meeting.
Now, that woman, she was something else. The wig was on a little crooked. The lipstick was smeared. And she said, "That's my machine, honey."
You sit down and the very first pull, boom. There it is, Hansel, Gretel, and like a gingerbread house.
Yes, and $1,200.
And call attendance. Your favorite two words if you're playing.
The woman almost had a heart attack right there. I mean, it was unbelievable.
She was bitter. I mean, she came after you. They had to separate her from you with security people coming in there. And, if you get out of hand in a casino, you're going to get the Pesci treatment.
I thought maybe, there was like a band of these old women, like some type of old motorcycle gang, where they were waiting for me in the parking lot of the Flamingo, with Donnie and Marie. You want her money.
Crazy. That was great. You have that kind of luck. And unfortunately, and a Mustang, I would say, what percentage? You're a bad guy to ask this question, Jersey Kyle, because you have such road gambling luck. I've never seen a better road trip gambler than you. And there are guys that are good at this. And it's funny, too, because I was speaking with our good friend down in Hialeah. I was going down to Hialeah Park to visit Frank Fiore and the team down there.
Yes.
And, he's suggested to me that, things were changing in my life, that I might want to go see Madame Selena down there on 103rd Street. No, I mean, you've been going to her also. I mean, every now and then you just have to clarify a few things about where, the direction of your life is taking you, especially if you're a degenerate, sicko gambler.
Right.
That is going to go. And where did you make this bet? On Lauderdale by the Sea, the strip over there?
Yeah, one of my friendly bartenders that does that kind of thing as a side job.
Some guy, let me guess. His name is like Luigi. I don't He goes straight to Sicily on the phone. Yeah, Martinez, Dolphins money line.
He's going down again. No, but I mean, the reason I did take the bet, and I just want to, clarify this, is I was sitting at a bar with a mush last night. Our friend Dino, who, probably hasn't hit a bet in, 10 years. But
and the Ravens, I mean, if you were a trend player, there was a trend there that I saw our good friend Sheldon G put up. And wow, speaking of G's, he's sending in like 20 G's on these bets.
Yes.
What happened? Did he have a very fortunate inheritance discovery or something? I remember he gambled, but it wasn't anything like this.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just trying to spend it all before they put him in the box. I mean, he's
got like 22 grand on one team and on a hockey game. I mean, that kind of stuff.
You can't take it with you, my friend. So you might as well have some fun. You know what? Our rules.
Yeah, he was talking about this ball game as if. That there was like no chance. And all the logic dictated that. That's the beauty of gambling. And that's why these Degenerate Friday shows and brought to you by Deal Volkswagen. And now, of course, the good people at Gulfstream Park, which only like a couple of weeks away here, my friend, from the championship meet.
Yeah,
which, I think it's going to be really big this year because there's been I mean, horse racing has been of a very high caliber, I think. We've gone on a couple of trips that have helped us see, what different settings are like and environments. Del Mar. I mean, these are great boutique racetracks. Keeneland, of course, a different type of crowd there. But you get that like for 5 straight months here at Gulfstream Park's championship meet.
Yeah, no, I mean, only a couple of weeks away. I think it's the first week of December. It kicks off.
Yeah.
You got the best trainers. You got the best horses.
I always like to ride Jerry Bailey.
Oh, hello, Christopher Clement. How are you? I didn't know you were here in the studio.
By the way, Jerry, we love him, man. He's a great guy. Jerry Bailey was one of, when I first started doing horse racing coverage here, he was very prominent at the local scene here and called a race course. Imagine, it's not in existence anymore. Yeah, I went into extinction. But and now Gulfstream is racing year round. But Jerry was a huge factor. But did you see him on TV this last time? He was doing a Breeders' Cup.
Looking good, Jerry.
How does that happen, man? I mean, you tell me.
You're going to get into that again.
I don't like, people are sensitive about this. But no, did he not have like a full head of hair that looked like real hair?
That can be done for a small fee at the Bosley Institute. I mean, anybody can go get a full head of hair now. I mean, if you really need that, if you want it. I mean, He's on TV all the time, so he's got to have a look to him. So that's what he chose to do.
But how did he do it, man? I mean, it got better. Like even over the last year, I hadn't seen him for a while.
Well, when you walk into an office, they tell you to bend over and they take some hair from another section of your body and they put it on.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's not where they get it? No? Where they
Degenerate.
take it off your chest? I don't know. They got to get it from somewhere. I mean, come on.
I got to pull a Lubie theory out of my fanny here.
Okay.
And this would be something that would have applied. And I know we're mixing it up a little bit here because this is still fascinating, this business about last night's game. So if ever there was a guy playing with a chip on his shoulder, can I use that one, Lubie? I'm looking for his approval there on the side. If ever there was a guy, I don't know if you can participate.
I can talk.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
It feels weird me talking with no video.
It's alive. Listen to
wow, he's part of the program.
It's just like a voice piping in God. I don't think this is the voice of God that people thought of.
If it is the voice of God, then everybody wants to go the other direction.
They're running away from God.
Hell doesn't look so bad from here. That could be the title of our next show. Yeah. Hell doesn't look so bad from
That's
here.
That's actually a good title.
All right. Anyway, I mean, so Lubie, can we use that cliche that if anybody was playing with a chip on his shoulder, it would be Lamar Jackson, who was bypassed. I mean, and this is great because it applies to every team in the league. If you wanted to use this cliche, he was bypassed by every team in the league before taking 32nd in the first round.
Yep.
So it's not like he's a schlepper. Which reminds me of your last trip in when I was accompanying you to that bar Vinny's, where I don't know if you were making your wagers there. I don't want to get anybody in any jackpots, but I think, you know what? If it was Vinny, they would understand, the local authorities. Oh, yeah, sure. So somebody called in a bet or two. But anyway, and I mean, I don't know. Does everybody know a guy like this, like a blowhard that believes his own lies?
Oh, duh. Hello. I'm looking at two. Are you kidding me?
Lubie,
Jack got quiet and turned around and walked out of the room.
Lubie, that's not true. These stories are real stories. The names have been changed.
On behalf of the people that deal Volkswagen, I want to issue another disclaimer here that, listen, the words blowhard in reference to your two advocates are not applicable. But nonetheless, and so this guy, he believes his own lies, and he's telling the girl at the bar, and you were there, of course, because you were part of this thing.
Yes.
And it always, as usual, part of the punchline. But
there we go.
Nonetheless, and he's trying to convince everybody that he played for the New York Jets, right?
Yes, because he had a jersey with his name on it.
He had a jersey with his name on it, which is already kind of like schmanky anyway. Would you agree? I mean, who goes to a game? I mean, if you go as Marino.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to the Dolphin game last night. Do you really want to go as like Jersey Kyle Martinez?
Yeah. No. And the problem.
Hey, when did he play for the Dolphins? Was he in there with Manny Fernandez when he made those 17 tackles?
Well, I mean, I remember, guys that would try to get away with that. And back in the 70s and the 80s, you could do that. But nowadays.
I was going to say with Google, how do you do that with Google?
You can't.
You can't,
I mean,
right?
You Google the thing on the phone and you see.
I don't see your name mentioned anywhere here.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Would they misspell it?
Yeah, I played for the Jets. It finds out it's the Pop Warner Jets of New Brunswick, New Jersey. I mean, come on.
So anyway, this guy is trying to convince this lovely bartender, and this was when you were fighting unattached pre your reunion with the lovely Karen.
Karen.
That was all we had.
It was everything we had, Karen. Why did you do that, Karen?
I mean, when G flushed that Coke down the toilet,
That was the end of it. That was $60,000, Karen.
that was big money
$60,000
back then in the days of Goodfellas. So anyway, he finishes trying to convince this lovely bartender that he played for the Jets, and she doesn't believe him. So Jersey picks up on it, of course, and says, "Hey, would you believe that I was a first-round draft pick?" And she looks him right in the eye, and I immediately fell in love with this woman myself. But I was like, the third man, in the equation.
Yes.
And, sometimes that guy catches the act there.
Yep.
And she looks back at you and says, first round draft pick? I thought you were more likely Mr. Irrelevant. Which is what Lamar Jackson was going into this game, Mr. Irrelevant to everybody in the league. And he's coming to his hometown here where, he was a high school phenom. Everybody said, wow, this guy's going to be good. But nobody knew, right? Because he has the arm where
Right.
he's throwing those little dink passes. And, they kind of shoot out like an arrow, right? It's not like he's throwing a ball. Like when Marino throws the ball, you're thinking Nolan Ryan just threw a fastball.
That kid's got a bazooka.
You should do color analysis, man. You're like Chris Collinsworth all of a sudden.
Bazooka for an arm.
Bazooka Lamone, my favorite fighter of all time. When he pulled that guy's shorts down.
Unless you were in the war like in 1940, nobody even knows what a bazooka is. Do they still use a bazooka?
So what's the bottom line of this segment? That would be my question.
There is
What
one?
did we accomplish?
Yay, good for you.
Well, you smelled
I told
manure.
you this Jack Namer was taking a big shot. You talk about taking a gamble on a couple of guys, man. All right, Deal Volkswagen, Degenerate Friday, Gulfstream Park. Very happy to include them in the equation here. It feels like we're back home,
Yes.
having a great time. This is a lot better than doing that. It was almost like one of those Mike Wallace interviews that I was doing with you, where you would respond on the telephone there. And it was scratchy as it was, and Lubie was screaming in your ear, talk louder, talk louder.
I was still the fact that I was sitting in a lifeguard stand at 4 a.m. in Lauderdale by the Sea trying to get a connection. Come on.
Live and die by the dagger. That'll be the lesson of the next segment here on the show. It's a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, Gulfstream Park, and of course brought to you as always by, and I proudly wear their label here, Destination Sport Miami.
Yes.
What an undertaking. Lubie, he was with me when we first met these guys. You're thinking, I don't know if they could ever pull this
Exactly.
off, but they want to advertise? Okay, we're in.
Exactly.
All right. Not that we would ever back something without thorough investigation, of the credibility of whatever it was that the people were, proposing to do.
Correct.
So anyway, we see these plans. They look very elaborate. And then things changed, and you thought, well, they'll never pull this off. It was too ambitious of a project. But wow, are they doing a great job? And it's happening now in the Doral area. Going to be the largest indoor, multifaceted sports facility. You know how you were always looking for a court when you were in New Jersey, and you thought, wow, what if they had like an indoor football field? Like you didn't even dream about something.
Right.
Seemed impossible, but they're putting it together. They have like 2 football fields, and we have to pay homage here to one of their guys that's on the board of directors, the great Brian Trottier.
Yep.
How about this? And this is part of a trivia question now, because this cat named Barzal, Matthew Barzal, he's now got 300th. He's nearing his 300th NHL game, one of the Islanders' best of all time. But who's number 2 there in terms of points scored in their first 300 games? The great Brian Trottier,
Wow.
part of Destination Sport Miami.
Very nice.
Did I make that clear to everybody what was going on there?
Yes. Yeah, you did. Good job.
Well, it brought back memories for me because you used to say like how hard it was to get into a nice facility. Like if you wanted to get into the gym and play a little hoops,
The bribe a custodian.
bribe them. You'd have to knock them out, tie them up, and steal the keys. Come on. What do you mean bribe them?
You didn't have a copy of the key to the gym?
No, well, we did after we knocked them out.
My buddy, again, Richie D'Angelo, very innovative cat, man. He had a copy of the key to the gym.
Very nice.
Nice.
So we didn't even have to bury the custodian.
Why are the lights on at 1 a.m? Oh, it's Deforrest and his friends. They broke in again. Yeah, no, I hear you.
It was especially cool when we got the key to the basketball court at the Belmar Jewish Center.
Yes.
Yeah, there was some night money games there that even a rabbi was taking part in. You talk about a degenerate.
I'll take the
I got
skins.
for 300.
Oh, God.
There goes the congregation's money.
Yeah.
Forget about those yard side candles, people. We won't be burning those in honor of anybody. All right, we're coming back with more here. A Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, Gulfstream Park. Don't forget about our people, Destination Sport Miami. And am I giving that out right, Lubie? DestinationSportMiami.com.
Yes.
Okay, that's where you find out
Good
more
job, sir.
information about this place. And once again, the great Brian Trottier, part of the crew there. He's Jersey Kyle Martinez, also known as Moneyline. I'm Jeff Deforrest, and we will be back with more on Ion Channel. Jack's still here.
Is that good or bad?
I thought I heard his car start during that
Exactly.
segment. I'm out of here.
Wheels screeching out the parking lot. There he goes.
And we got to pay homage to our good friend Brad here.
Brad
Comes in,
success.
off hours, right? The guy was out late last night. He's partying with
It's
Mick
like, not
Jagger.
again,
You know,
these guys.
Jagger's in town getting
My
ready to play the
kind of
Hard
guy,
Rock.
yeah.
Yeah. And he says, 6 o'clock, no problem. I'll be there. All right, back with more in a moment. Now that.
The time.
Have to check what it is. Be like 7:26 Eastern.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Even Keel Fish Shack. You know that's a Gambling Gourmet favorite. It's right there at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard and that hopping corner of Lauderdale by the Sea. Even Keel Fish Shack. It has all the great seafood that you want. They also have some other things for landlubbers, but they're known for their oysters, grilled oysters, daily specials. Fish and chips are great. It's elevated yet casual seafood. Even Keel Fish Shack. Our friends Brad and Dave and Deborah, they know how to get it done. A1A and Commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo sent you.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Thanks so much, Rick Pitino. It was a pleasure having you on. You're welcome any Degenerate Friday to join us. Hopefully Jersey Kyle will come through. He was so worried you were coming back from Greece that he wouldn't have that boat lift in time.
Well, I signed the contract before Greece. That was 7 months ago. I came home. I was sure the electrical work would be done, but unfortunately, he's hanging out with you guys at the Oaklawn Park.
Fodder Park today. No, that's expedited by his usual process. So you're getting
I
the royal
was even
treatment.
agreeable to pay him in euros, but he wouldn't do it.
If you funneled it into his home betting account, he'd be happy.
Buenos dias. The cafecito is piping hot. Why not enjoy it with Defo and Lubie? It's now time for the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. Jeff Deforrest, Jersey Kyle Martinez, also known as Moneyline Martinez. If you had parlayed those three, well, it's always comes to pass with you on a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. And we're happy to be here at Gulfstream Park. How great is this by the magic of television and, of course, the innovation, the technology, and the wizardry of Jack Namer and his crew at Ion Channel. And happy to be streaming the live video all over the board here. People are saying that we're looking good, so obviously
They're drunk.
it hasn't hit you yet.
They forgot to put on their glasses. I mean, who's saying this?
We both look like we took haymakers to the head before we got on the set here at Ion Channel, but just great to be superimposed here over at Gulfstream Park. It feels like home again, a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. And speaking of Deal Volkswagen, you were there.
I was.
Yesterday and completed yet another phenomenal deal. And you know what's great about that? As soon as you mentioned like how easy it was to go ahead and get this transaction done and a beautiful car and how happy everybody was at the end of the whole thing, both sides, everybody's happy. They're happy to see you leave the lot, not with steam coming out of your ears and a lot of aggravation. And, they just treat you right every time you go to Deal Volkswagen.
Yeah, no, it was really great. My daughter had like a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta, took that in a trade, gave her top dollar for the trade-in.
Yeah.
Applied it
like
to
ridiculous money.
Yeah, no, it was
Clown
great.
money. I mean,
I mean, come
you're
on.
thinking, yeah, sure.
I don't think she paid what they gave her for the car. I mean, that was 10 years ago.
How crazy are those people down there?
No, they're great. Anna wasn't there yesterday. She had the day off, but that's okay. The rest of the boys down at Deal were great and got her into a just like you, a brand new Tiguan.
The Tiguan's a fabulous car, just sensational. I can't believe Evan, don't mention my name, only has 5,000 miles in 3 years on the Tiguan.
Well, he drives from his house to the track, which is only 2 miles away. So, I mean, that's the only place the
That's
guy
his
goes.
only destination.
Yeah, that's it.
For the last 2 years.
Gulfstream Park.
Oh, there he is on the infield.
Yeah.
I see him there right now. Anyway, that's fantastic. I'm sure the lovely Corey is going to be very happy with that car, as am I. And it is interesting that Evan has less miles in 3 years on his car than the Mustang does. Who, she doesn't do an awful lot of driving. Pompano Beach is pretty much maybe a venture up. I'm going north.
Yeah.
You're like, well, north where? I was going, Lighthouse Point. What? Which is like 2 streets up.
No, it's great. And she was very lucky, fortunate enough to get one of the last convertible Volkswagen Beetles, which is, that's a collector's item now. So it's good for her.
All right. And this gets into some gambling theory here. And I know you have some horses for us also.
I do have a horse later on that I like at Belmont, which kind of fits us. But let me ask you a question real quick before you get in this. You know what a home run is?
Obviously, yes.
That's when a guy hits the baseball over the fence.
Out of the park.
mean, you have hit home runs and you done it at the track. Oh, I hit a home run. You got a nice 7.5 exacta. You call that a home run too.
It's a home run, yeah, for breakfast.
But a grand slam. I got into an argument with a gambler last night. Now the guy's willing to bet, $2,000 on a football game, but he was very aggravated that the price of the Denny's Grand Slam had gone up to $7.99. And I mean, if you think
but
about
that's every gambler, isn't it? I mean, look how happy I was that I found a $4 sandwich at the track kitchen in Keeneland while you guys were getting whacked for $9.95 for a crummy little microwaved egg burrito that they got out of the freezer there with the ice cream. And that was at the hotel.
Yeah, but what is that with gamblers? I mean,
then I lost 500.
Yeah, I lost 500 track, but you were still happy you got that $4 breakfast sandwich. I mean, it's just,
and you know what? It tasted great. I mean, every bit worth the $4 I spent.
Yeah, no, just crazy stuff.
So anyway, so what happened with this guy?
Well, nothing. I mean, he went on to, like it was ridiculous for a half an hour telling me about how bad, and then I had to stick up for the Grand Slam, saying, "Well, you get 2 pieces of sausage, 2 pieces of bacon,
like you owned a freaking Denny's,
2 pancakes. I mean, 2 eggs. How could you go wrong for $8? I mean, but anyway, this is just the kind of stuff that goes on. And then he was adamant that it was all going on the Baltimore Ravens last night, which changed my opinion very quickly.
Oh, yeah. No, that's reverse logic there.
And I went the other way because, I believe there are certain guys that just can't hit a bet.
Those are the 3 most baffling games of the season, though, if you were looking at the National Football League this year. The Jets beating Cincinnati. Cincinnati was on a roll.
Right.
And they were starting to come under the heading of, whoa, you better watch out for these Bengals. They could be Super Bowl bound.
Well,
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. Many guys, I'm sure, went away last night that were left in that fadeaway. What do you call it now? It's not a suicide pool anymore. It's a
Survivor,
Yeah.
which sounds just as bad.
Yeah, the Survivor
Being
pool.
a Jew.
Oh, man, yeah, think about it. You know.
I mean, I know the Jets. A lot of people had
Survived 50 years in this racket.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? Look what it's done to me.
Exactly.
They had the
Yeah.
Bengals. They didn't survive. I'm sure a lot of them had the Ravens last night, and they didn't survive.
Oh,
So,
man. I mean, imagine if you got this deep into the season, you have the Ravens lining up against a pathetic Dolphin team,
yes.
a team that has been sabotaged to the point where you're wondering how much longer these guys can hang on to their jobs. That's the first question at every post-game press conference, whether it's the general manager, Chris Greer. First question, hey, how you keeping your job? Some guy named Lefty, was asking this question now because he had money on the other team. But, I mean, the Bengals were anointed as the team that was on the come there. And sure enough, the Jets, horrible. I mean, all year long. The only defense worse than the New York Jets this year is those hillbillies pleading self-defense in that Ahmaud Arbery case. Where, they brought 2 shotguns and pointed at the kid's chest, and then because he might have made a move to get out of the way, they shot him in self-defense.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, that's the same line of logic that kid in Wisconsin is using there.
Yep.
Very interesting. I don't know. We shouldn't be talking about gambling on trials, because obviously it's
You'll bet
it's
on
ugly.
anything.
But wow, I mean, what are the odds of that guy getting off?
Well, I mean, how about the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills? That was another head scratcher.
There you go, right? Urban Meyer. I mean, everybody's talking about, he can't handle this thing. And he's getting a jackpot after jackpot, making just heinous move after move. Although the most excusable was the one that caused the greatest concern, right? When he was twerking with that woman in his bar in Ohio.
That was one of his best plays of the year, I thought. I mean,
what was wrong with that?
What was wrong with that?
It looked good to me. I mean,
so he ditched his team on the plane, put him on like a Legion Airlines, which, is suspect at best.
Well, I mean, Jacksonville is part of the Bible Belt. They don't like that.
They're heading back to Jacksonville. I'm going to stay right here. But who was this hot blonde, right? I mean, she got a lot of attention out of the thing, but sort of escaped some of the, cynicism that was being and sarcasm directed towards Urban Meyer for, not doing the right thing from a coaching standpoint.
No, but like you said, a lot of crazy things going on in the NFL, a lot of upsets, and I mean, the last night's game, just a Thursday night in Miami. I don't know.
I thought they weren't going to turn the lights on when the Dolphins came out on the field, and I thought, how appropriate. I mean, I finally figured out what to do with this team. Just leave them in the dark.
And I want to say that the thing because I didn't watch much of the game. I went to bed early.
Of course not. Yeah, because your money was safe.
My money
you went
was
against 2 known mushes.
Yeah, I think it was 3-0 when I went to sleep. But I want to say, whoever sang the anthem last night, great job with the national anthem.
And it was an important one on Veterans Day.
Set of pipes on that guy. He was great, I tell you.
I like the guys that do the Canadian national anthem.
Yeah, you're good at that.
No, I don't do it very well. Oh, Canada, please don't send your people south.
They don't.
That's what they were saying on the news yesterday, man. They had like a row of Quebec license plates. We're here in South Florida for the uninitiated, and it was like, okay, this is it, man. And they were playing "Fly Into the Danger Zone." Like, watch out for these plates.
Oh, listen, no, those guys that own those little mom and pop hotels up
there. Do you bet on that when you're driving, and the traffic stacked up?
The over on
No,
total.
you're going to see Je me souviens on the guy that's causing the problem on the back of the plate there.
Who's causing the problem?
Yeah. There's a backup all the way through the Golden Glades interchange. I tell you what, if you're coming from anywhere north of Deerfield, you can forget about it.
It's either a Jersey plate.
And there it is, man. The Je me souviens.
Exactly.
I don't even know if that must translate out from French to English. I must drive slowly.
I always thought.
Is that what it means? I don't know.
I always thought
I do something.
No, I always thought it meant where are the souvenirs.
Hey, beer here. All right, more of our Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Gulfstream Park involved here. Of course, Destination Sport Miami, our fine title sponsor here on the show. And we always pay homage to the people at Hialeah Park as well.
Yeah.
Frankie and the boys down there are doing a tremendous job. They have the Larry Little golf tournament coming up. And that's going to be big. That's always a special affair. And we'll have to figure out a way to incorporate this same concept and bring some of the illustrious people that'll be on hand out here to Ion Channel, get him on the show. Because Larry Little, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, yeah.
And he brings out some real football and sporting royalty to these things.
I remember, didn't we sneak into the dinner party that they had at Hialeah?
That was when you bought Lubie that Bobby Bowden signed a picture. And he
Baba
said,
Bowden, yeah. I got it.
No, that was a great gift. I love that.
Jersey, it's about time you did something. Don't you owe me $25?
I don't think I put it that way.
Only, yeah. You were far more gruff around the edges than Lubie. Now you're much more refined and polished.
Yes.
As Jack experienced the very first time you met. You guys hit it right off. It was
Yeah,
great.
that was a scumbag. What are you talking about?
12 rounds for the light heavyweight championship of the world. And no, it almost came to that, man. I mean, I had to do, never mind Mills Lane. I was doing Michael Buffer. I figured I could make money on that.
Yeah,
fight.
no, I felt, I felt it. I mean, when I met Jack, I said, Defo's okay, but who's that kid?
By the way, when are they going to let like Canelo Alvarez lose one as a 12-1 favorite? Is he going to have to pay homage to some guy? I mean, some Mexican president or something, and just you will lose tonight, Canelo.
Well, that guy, I mean, that they had in the ring last time, he didn't fare
Caleb
too
Plam,
well.
and he made $10 million for that.
Yeah,
my friend Brad Jacobs.
I think you would have done a better job. I mean,
I don't know. No, the guy, he was a tough customer. Everybody gave him a lot of credit. Canelo's not bad. I will never forgive him for freezing in front of Money Mayweather, which was his lone loss, although it was very debatable, those 2 fights with Golovkin. Other than that, I mean, the guy's a serious Mexican body puncher, and he gives it everything he has. He's had like 60 fights already.
Yeah, no, it's been around.
Yeah, and they weren't all Tijuana cab drivers. I mean, the last several years, he's been moving up in weight and taking on whatever's out there. But that guy made $10 million for that.
10 mil.
That's crazy.
Would you do that? That's the question people always ask. Would you take one punch from Mike Tyson in his prime for $1 million?
Sure.
Even though your brains would be splattered all over that green screen.
I mean, has it got to be in the head? Can I take it in the gut? Head or gut? Where do you want
No,
it?
a shot to the face, man.
It's got to be head.
This
head's
is
rough.
it's going to drive your nose to the back of your head like you were Larry Zonka going for a 3-yard run for Shula because you'd run through a brick wall for this cat.
I'm sure that that for 10 million you would take that shot. I mean, come on.
No.
10 million?
10 million, no. You know what? What am I going to do with it, right?
Yeah,
like
what
you
is-
said earlier, man, why don't you listen to your own philosophies? You can't take it with you.
Yeah, but you could spend it and have a blast while you're here.
All right. Don't forget about the Champion Simulcasting Room in Hialeah Park, too. You can pick up the Gulfstream races during the championship meet. And they're open Thursday through Sunday for simulcasting. I have a great poker room there, great food and drink. I have to get the Gambling Gourmet down there to sample some things on camera here for the Ion channel.
No, the food's great down there at Hialeah. I mean, I've seen some of those platters you guys got when we were up there for the handicapping tournament.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic, yeah. And you know that horse players are the first to bitch about everything, including the buffet. That's free. They're not even paying. They're like, I don't know, this spaghetti was a little cold.
Yeah. No,
You're cold,
Yeah,
Jack.
I like mine al dente. What?
Al dente. Al dente your car on the way into the track, trying to stumble your way through the gate.
Dent your head in a minute.
All right, Dale Volkswagen Degenerate Friday continues from our studios here at Gulfstream Park.
Yes.
How great is that? I feel like Ron Nicoletti on the set here. Take the 3 for $6. And, no, he doesn't recommend bets. He just recommends, the ponies.
He recommends bad horses sometimes, but every once in a while he comes up
Who
with
can
a
fault
good one.
him? He's a good guy.
Comes up with a good one, yeah. I mean, he's a sharp dresser, too. I like the way the guy dresses.
Always. And in that heat, it's not easy. Like in the summertime, it doesn't matter. He doesn't waver. One of those guys always amazes me. Like, how does Todd Pletcher look like $1 million?
Your favorite jockey is back here at Gulfstream. I noticed as I was going through the racing form this morning.
Paco
Lopez.
Yes. Still, do we have any of those tapes available to the people?
What, the Spanish language?
Spanish to English translation?
Yes, we do.
And I say Paco Lopez. And you say?
Paco Lopez.
There it is. I guess we ought to make our exit here. Jack is recommending it. Telling Brad to cut off the cameras. We're on Ion Channel, a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Come back with a horseplay for you, a Degenerate Stimulus Package horse, which we can all use now with inflation at 6% compounded daily. It's like the IRS took over inflation here.
And I have a present for you from the boys down at Deal Volkswagen. I want to present you when we come back from the break.
I would be honored to receive that. All right, back with more in a moment here on Ion Channel. Now that. It's got to be about 7:40 something.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Gambling Gourmet, here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. You know them. It's been there for over 70 years, 2500 Griffin Road there in Dania, Fort Lauderdale. It's an institution. They've got great steaks, seafood chops, great bar, friendly vibe, good drinks, good food. And they also have a butcher shop. So if you don't want to eat in, you could take the best steaks that you want home, grill them yourself. Tropical Acres Steakhouse, they're open every day except Sunday. Go there and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes, because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Rick Flag going around the country talking about how great he is. I just got a letter from a person named Owens out in Portland that's going to send me a kiss real shortly. And that's a fact. And facts are, the American dream is the best. We going to take it all.
It is now time for the Defo Show, right here on 9.
Somebody loan me a dime.
Very appropriate tune here on a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Somebody loaned me a dime, but now that would mean 1,000.
Yes.
They would have to amend the old blues tune.
Right.
Anyway, that's the great Albert Castilla, who was kind enough, as we've said a few times, if you're new to our show here on Ion Channel, and we welcome in some new listeners, including hopefully like the brass from Deal Volkswagen found us here, courtesy of the fact that you programmed it into their car.
The problem is with guys like us, when we're starting to do something new like that, you got to figure out. Well, I said it's very simple. You can just download this on your telephone.
No, it's impossible. Yeah.
But we got it. We figured it out. It took a minute or two, but we were able to get it on there. You know what? I keep thinking about this, and I cut you off before.
Yeah.
This Madame Selena, the What is
Oh
she?
yeah. She does seances. She
Yes.
can unite you with people.
Predict
that
the
you
future, things like that. She can
Well,
see
and other souls that you had. She is very wise.
past lives that
in
you've
this thing.
lived.
Yeah. She's right next to the Cuban deli there on 103rd Street, and also the place where you get the porcelain Jesus statues.
And next to the world famous the 5-gallon bucket of fried rice, which is
and any number of auto dealerships where you can pay $99 down for a car and drive it right off the lot.
right off
there
the
with,
lot. No insurance,
no
nothing.
job.
Buy here, pay here.
Anyway, she's been here a long time. I mean, has a lot of credibility in the
Madam
psychic
Selena,
world.
yeah, no,
Madam
I've
Selena.
heard of some of her great
Selena's
predictions.
good. So I've gone to her a few times when my life has rolled into a sort of jackpot or some kind of
Which is daily.
professional quagmire.
Which is just about every day.
In other words, what? I don't have a job.
You call with a new issue every day. I mean, so
So she was analyzing, my gambling habits, which I would have to say. No, but I've been on a little bit of a losing streak. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I mean, it does happen. And you're rarely hot for a long period of time.
right.
The key there is to cash big enough, obviously, that maybe you can sustain a long period of losing, which
Yes.
normally follows
A day of winning.
And she says, and this is absolutely the truth. Okay, two things that I discovered via observation, and then, of course, the tremendous insight of Madame Selena. If you're looking at girls on the beach that are traveling in pairs, couples,
Yes.
two girls are together on the beach, they are almost always of a similar body type.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If it's two really thin girls,
Yep.
I mean, if it's one really thin girl, the other one comes over, she's really thin too.
Okay.
Maybe they have, a little more body to them, however you want to put it, and the next girl will show up and boom, same body type.
Okay.
All right.
I
Now,
don't
this
know where
is a
this
parallel.
I don't know where this is going,
Neither
but
do I. That's the problem. I'm trying to figure it out.
okay.
No, there's a parallel to what Madame Selena had to say.
yes.
And that is that you will gamble to your personality.
Uh-huh.
In other words, you are a brazen, go against the grain, always, telling the guy, stick it up your ass. That has been your philosophy that you've carried through life all the way through. And you've been very effective with it. You know what? Stick it up your ass.
I've been a rogue. I've always kind of gone in the other direction as
And-
the normal. Yeah.
Do you not gamble to that personality?
Sure.
As was the case in evidence last night. Two guys are telling you the Ravens can't lose.
Can't lose.
Lay as many points as you want. If they offered you 100 and you had to lay that, you could go ahead and take it. Lubie was right. Lamar Jackson, chip on his shoulder. Hey, you could have drafted me. You could have drafted me.
Right.
And going to come down here for the hometown crowd who he's going to party with later on afterwards. Seems to be a very level-headed guy, Lamar
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Yes.
Likable kid. I mean, seems to have distinguished himself very well as a pro and acquitted himself very well, as a guy that you would say is reflective of an athlete that you can look up to.
So again,
Yeah.
let me ask you, what did Selena, Madam
She
Selena, have to
said
do with
just
it?
flat out that you gamble your personality, and she says that you're a sniveling Jewish nebbish.
No.
Sniveling, I guess it would be. Not sniveling, but both of those
It's
things.
sniveling.
Nippling.
She accused me of
Sniveling.
everything with an SN, that could possibly happen. It
This
said,
is why you lose.
essentially, I gamble like a schmank. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well,
Then
there
I'm
you
worried
go.
after my first bet that I'm already down like $58 at the track. And I'm thinking, okay, that's it. It's going straight to hell from here.
you are like that.
Yeah, that's
Right?
100% you.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do with no money at the end of the day? Am I going to be able to get my car out of the valet parking, or am I going to have to tell the guy, "Oh, geez, I lost my wallet when I was in there"?
Well, you see, I believe that there's something really strange going on with these weekday games, these night games on Monday and
Yeah.
Thursday. And I've been very
They're messing
fortunate.
with them, yeah.
The Sunday night game, like the day that I took the Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay plus those 7.5 points, Madam Selena said, take the Eagles. And Tom Brady is kneeling down with 2 minutes left to go, and I win.
You sounded more like Tonto, where it's
See the Eagles.
watch eagle fly, right? Like you're Jay Silverheels or something.
Yeah, and then, then I
He
have
became a harness driver. That's still my favorite thing. That Tonto, the Lone Ranger's sidekick,
I have a
Became a
drunk-
harness driver,
Yes.
the guy in real life.
In real life, nice. And then I have a drunken mush sitting next to me last night at the bar, and he's going, bet everything you got on the Ravens. I said the Ravens. I go, all right. I immediately got on the phone and bet the Dolphins. I mean,
Yeah,
I had to
exactly.
go the other way. So this is good. This
You
is
had this other theory, and I marked it down here somewhere, but now I can't read my own writing.
Yes.
So,
Of course.
the Mark Lawrence theory that
Mark Lawrence theory, yes.
that he
was
may
it.
have been on this game last night.
Yes.
We're fortunate if we could have got him on before the game
And
because
he's going to join us later on in the
Yes.
program, at least so we hope.
because
8:20.
his logic is, and if you've noticed the high tides lately, we're having the planetary
Yes,
alignment
pink
right
tides.
now, and the tides are coming. And on a Thursday night when there's a quarter moon and Jupiter aligns with Mars, and the game is played south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Exactly.
And inflation
Oh.
has reached a ratio of 6.2%.
Always take the underdog, take the points. You know, it was like one of these things. I kept hearing Lawrence in my mind last
Yeah,
night. So I did-
no, very Laurentian. No, when
Another-
he comes up with that stuff, I'm wondering. I was thinking about it yesterday on the Walk of Life. I was like, so what does that mean about tonight's game? Like nothing.
yes.
9-0 this guy was, John Harbaugh, in this spot against the spread, against the Miami Dolphins. 9-0 in whatever spot it was after a
Yes.
full moon and
Yeah, exactly.
after various people had landed from space.
I mean, Jupiter actually aligned with
including,
Mars last
certain
night.
unidentifiable creatures that had come to Earth. All right, well, if you're a trend handicapper, you'll love Mark Lawrence, and he always gives out the underdogs. I mean, that's one beautiful thing about him. The professor going to join us as well. It is a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and we're happy to be what appears to be trackside here
Yes,
at Gulfstream Park.
it's a beautiful place, and it's
The
it's wonderful.
championship meet is on. They should have Fasenda do that commercial.
And I
no?
do think you got nailed in that photo that's up on the board there. I think you did have
Who
the
got
outside
it
horse.
though? Who got the bob? Yeah,
It looks
it's
like the inside horse
drops
got
a
the nose
on the what? Drops a nose on the wire. Wire. We're wired for sound here, and that may be unfortunate for our listeners here. But it's a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, Gulfstream Park and Bob, Destination Sport Miami. Of course, our fine title sponsor.
You notice I stole one of the shirts yesterday out of Deal Volkswagen.
How did you get the slick shirt? Because didn't Larry the Leaper pilfer like 16 of those for himself? And
They
then
had
he
'em on
started selling
hangers,
them outside.
I told my daughter to start a little commotion in the showroom where I got a couple of
Nice.
shirts, so it was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice, my friend. All right, we're going to have the professor joining us. You're going to stick around?
Yes,
Very good. And
I have to
Mike Mayo.
present you with this thing from Deal Volkswagen. I haven't done
Oh,
it yet.
okay. Yeah. We'll do that when we come back here in just a moment on Ion Channel. A pleasure to be here. The boys on the crew came in early, Brad and Jack Namer himself. I mean, when the big man comes in,
Yeah.
you know it's big, right? I mean, it has to be something of significance when the big man himself is on the shoot,
Yeah, no, I
right?
mean,
They just send a bunch of guys out there and say, hey, Manny, how's it going?
I think he actually comes in because he's afraid you may steal some of the equipment as we're going out the door. I mean, it's very expensive.
Well, I have the
things.
Tiguan, man. That camera would fit
Would
very
fit
nicely in there.
perfectly in the back
Wouldn't
of the
even cause
Tiguan,
me any
yeah.
mild discomfort from the driver's seat. All right, back with more in a moment here on the Defo Show. Jersey Kyle Martinez, Mr. Moneyline himself. I can't believe it. I mean, are you making that up? Are you pulling, like we said, a story like a certain blowhard friend of ours?
Let me show you the confirmation. on the,
the Jets. How's a guy? I mean, I was a Jet fan, from a very young age.
Yes.
And, and you were a Jet fan lifetime. I don't still have the same attachment to him that you do. But wouldn't we know if this guy played for the Jets? I mean, it's not like, he was Sherman Plunkett or something.
I told you it was the Pop Warner New Brunswick Jets. That's the only Jets team that guy ever played for.
Is it only gamblers that are that delusional that they believe their own lies? What do you think, Madam Selena? I mean, you gamble your personality. Lubie, I mean, he gambles to his personality.
Yep.
He
I'm
does-
going to lose. I know I'm going to lose.
100%.
How can I lose this bet? Right? I mean, he's up like 37 points with 8
Exactly.
seconds to go in a basketball game. How can I lose?
I don't know. But
Sniveling Jewish nebbish.
stop all that, And when I'm down 300 or 400, I still believe that there's going to be that.
You are the best.
that
man.
get out
Yeah,
race
yeah,
that's going to make me king of the world.
You're
I mean,
the Arturo Gatti of the late rounds of gambling. You really are. I mean, and rarely are you clobbered to begin with because you usually have the serendipitous luck, which is why we like having you on the show. All right, you have a horse for us, and we'll get into some college football.
Yep.
And, of course, college and the pros with Mark Lawrence, the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, going to be with us here on Ion Channel. I'm Jeff Deforrest. He's Moneyline, Jersey, Kyle Martinez. Back with more on Ion Channel with the Defo Show. Mike Lubitz at the controls today, off camera. A lot of people are digging that, too.
Yeah.
Back with more in a moment. Now that.
No one's digging that.
We'll send him down to Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill with a voucher.
There you go.
All right, it's right around 8 o'clock.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style. And you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey, it's the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo here for my friends at Shenanigans Sports Pubs. You know them. They're great for wings, burgers, barbecue, and there's 2 locations. The original is right at TY Park, Sheridan Street and Park Road in Hollywood. Second location, the east side, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. My friend Patrick, he knows how to get it done. It's a great family-friendly atmosphere. All the big sporting events, NFL Sundays, go there. Their wings are legendary. The Shack and Grilled wings, I love them. Late night dining, daily drink specials, it's all there. Outdoor dining, go to Shenanigans and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because you don't ever give me a face shake. You know that? So I'm gonna let you talk to Victor Ortiz, all right? I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about?
You heard him. You never give me a face shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know about boxing. You ain't You got
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
The modern day odd couple, Defo and Lubie, are on now. It is, of course, the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show, Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and we are superimposed over a fine picture of Gulfstream Park in its full splendor. And we're going to talk to the professor here in just a couple of minutes, but we had a small piece of business to take care of first. Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, is in the house, and on the opposite side of where we are broadcasting from today, here at Ion Channel, is like a kitchen set where you would picture Gordon Ramsay throwing some butcher knives at some unsuspecting, aspiring young chef while she was blowing the topping on a souffle. I didn't mean it like that. Right away, your mind's in the gutter. I look at you, right away, your mind's in the gutter. And Mike Mayo looks right at home, the Gambling Gourmet, in front of this culinary set that they have across the room from us here. As we bring you the Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and very happy to have this souped-up edition, if you will, speaking of culinary stuff, and the Gambling Gourmet, from Gulfstream Park. And we're having a great time. The professor's going to be with us here in just a few minutes. But you have a presentation that you have to go ahead and execute here. Well, execute may not be far off from what this amounts to. No, it's a good one, right? From Deal Volkswagen.
You know, never met a group of more generous guys down there. And he did email you a couple of tickets. He knows that your wife's a big Patriot fan.
And this is, with Brady gone, she still maintains that she's a Patriots fan, wears the Patriots stuff, and likes to go to all the games.
So if you check your email, you'll see that there are 2 tickets that were sent there, and now you just put them on your phone and they scan your phone and into the stadium you go. But this, my friend, is also given to you by the boys, and this is the thing that's still
highly coveted parking pass.
The parking pass, where I believe that that's where the real party is in the parking lot, and you don't actually.
In fact, we've gone to games and not gone into the stadium at all. Right?
We've scalped the tickets and sat out there and just drank until we couldn't stand up anymore. With stepping over a 400-pound Dan Marino as we're making our way through the parking
I got
lot.
distracted because while you're presenting me this parking pass, I think there's a process server over there looking for one of us in the background. I got distracted there. Is that a subpoena, sir?
I knew I was
no?
here.
Okay.
No, okay.
No subpoena.
No
all right, we're good. All right, so go ahead
subpoena.
with the presentation.
But anyway, I want to present this to you. This is from the boys at Deal, and
thank you, Deal Volkswagen. If you can see this on the screen, if you're
that
watching the video.
also saves you, I'm sure, somewhere around $30 to $40.
Oh no, it's more than that.
Yeah,
it's
to get into
thousands of dollars. Are you kidding me?
To get into the parking lot. So, and I think this year the tailgating.
You got to schlep. I mean, from like Tootsie's. Is that still there in 441?
You could stop there before the
what
game.
What a disgrace that it's on like 441 and Don Shula Boulevard.
Yes, it's
Don Shula.
I think that's a stop of many of the fans that are heading to the ball game, especially for those.
I'll leave that right there.
Those 4:00 games. But yeah, no.
Remind me to take it when we get off the show.
And I think tailgating is back again at the stadium. As when I was there last year during the COVID, I did attend the Jet game, and there was no tailgating allowed. But it's back, so this is really, a party pass for you.
All right,
friend.
very good, my friend. All right, so we want to party this weekend on college football. You have a horse you're going to give out later on.
Yes,
sir. Stick with us as we present right now, and this is always great to have this gentleman on because he really does. I mean, I don't know anybody that dives more deeply into college football than college basketball. Also,
he's one of the best.
And our own professor, who's been red hot, he has been on fire. And although we don't have his totals from the last couple of weeks because I don't know how long it took Lubie to get over that yellow fever that he contracted.
I didn't get any fever.
When he was on the banks of some river in Thailand.
He sounds a little off, doesn't he? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get too close to the guy after the 9-hour, transatlantic flight he was just on.
We welcome, and no one's happier about the return to, prominence of the New England Patriots than the professor, our college football expert on the program. Professor, how are you? Do we have you on the show?
Yeah, it's interesting you bring me on while you're getting.
We don't hear any professor, but nonetheless, I believe he's out there somewhere.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
All right.
He's there, but you're not hearing him. That's
a little low, Lubie. Yeah. I kind of faintly heard him in the.
I am in the background. Hello.
Okay,
hello,
let's see if you hear him now.
Professor, are you with us?
Yeah, it's interesting you bring me on at the time where you're doing the paper.
That was a problem the last time we tried this experiment here. And,
okay, Kim, and then I'm hearing you, sir.
We will make it happen here.
Yeah, no,
at some point in time. In the meantime, what's the horse giveaway here, Jersey Column? May as well get on that right away. The conferences are going on in the background here.
Oh, that's all right.
Hey, can we get the caller on?
Mike Lubitz, a technical wizard. I mean, I'm sure he can put it together. He'll make it happen. He always does.
Yeah.
But
I'm not worried about it.
No.
Yeah, because you have a horse to give away. And Aqueduct, and now do they still have the inner dirt track when they get to the hardcore wintertime?
No, there's no more inner dirt.
No more inner dirt track, because that was among my favorites. It was right up there with the Pomona Fair in terms of tracks where if you hit the turn in front, you were going to finish in front.
You stayed in front.
You stayed in front.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was like a skating rink there. I mean, you were expecting to see the Islanders take the track after the horses cleared from the third race.
That was also like when Martin Pedrosa would win 7 races out of the 9-race
Oh,
card.
yeah, the bull ring in Pomona. That was one of my favorite tracks of all time.
But they are still running on the turf. This is the beginning of the Aqueduct meet. And, you know, it's gonna be a good day tomorrow. They're running the Artie Schiller $150,000 added purse tomorrow, and it's the 9th race at Aqueduct. And I'm going to steer you to the 8 horse, and it's got a hot jockey. It's got a decent trainer.
Who's the hot jockey?
The hot jockey is Manny Franco. Manny Franco's been winning quite a few races up there. I think he's going at a pretty nice clip, about 18%. And one of your favorite trainers, the Bug, Shug McGahee, has got this horse in there. You're going to get a fair price, 6-1 morning line. And the name of the horse actually kind of fit you a little bit.
It's always good, yeah.
And that's kind of, I was leaning there too, because, you know, Madame Selena and all the things about the occult and all that. Breaking the rules.
Breaking the rules.
Number 8 horse.
Which is what we're attempting to do here on Ion Channel.
You've lived most of your life.
I don't know what rules we're breaking.
You've been breaking the rules all your life. But that's who I like in that race. Like I said, fair price on the grass. Seems to enjoy Aqueduct turf course, and we're going to take a shot with this 6-1. Hopefully, we get 8 or 10-1 on this one. But
the public has largely overlooked this horse, who's now in the winner's circle, representing the Jersey Kyle Martinez Moneyline Stables. You had 2 sticks on the Dolphins last night.
Only because of Drunken Dino at the bar telling me that
2 sticks.
The Ravens couldn't
plus
lose.
330, nearly. Bordering on 4-1. You were probably getting hosed. I don't know who or what that betting site is. You might want to get on that new app that they have in the state of Florida. Hialeah is going to be one of the hubs.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely apply for something like that. Now, do you have to? I'm not sure what any of the restrictions are on this thing either. Nobody really knows. They haven't defined anything, even though it's already in action. I love that.
Now, I kind of like wandering to the back room of the bookie joints that I've been frequenting all my life. And
where is that place where somebody that we know? I don't want to mention Larry the Leaper, because he was a guy that.
Then don't mention him if you don't have to.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. But where is it that he goes where they actually issue a ticket, and it's like some Cuban bakery or something? That's the second time I've mentioned Cuban bakeries in conjunction with this mess that we're presiding over here. But I mean, and it prints out a ticket like you just got out of the windows at the MGM Grand. It's amazing, and this is in full operation. It's impossible that if we know about it, that the authorities don't know about it. So how the hell does he do that? And is that still in action now?
I'm sure it's still in action. I've seen the tickets. I've seen them punched out. The Knicks +7, and he's got an actual betting slip, and it's a small bodega that's located. I don't want to give out the address, but
you think the cops don't know about this joint?
The cops? Cops.
What are they getting? Like
cops?
Free hoagies? I mean, how are they being like silenced?
I mean, I'm sure
looking the other way.
I'm sure they're not taking down any large sums of money if guys like Larry the Leaper are putting in a $10.
Yeah.
$10.
I think you're going to get better odds. I don't know what it is with this guy over there. At the
at the flower shop that I go. Yeah, that's sweetest smelling bookie joint.
Whatever kind of price he's getting you, it's usually short and in favor of the house.
Well, I don't know. +8.5 seemed like a good line last night.
That was a very generous line. Yeah, and that just goes to show you that guys like Lubie with their serious sports talk had convinced everybody that the Dolphins were in there with absolutely no chance, which is a great way to start out the gambling degenerate weekend.
Well, that's why I want to question Mark Lawrence, because he looks the other way. He doesn't go by those typical, X's and O's, let's say. He's got other theories of, they're great theories, and they work. The guy's been doing great this year.
All right. Well, we're not sure of the status of our lost handicappers.
The professor, yeah.
The professor.
Is he lost on that island?
Where is he,
with
Nicaragua or something? This guy, where is he calling from?
Is he lost on that island with Tina Louise?
They have taken him away. $1 million. We'll tell you his location. Well, no, so we don't know what's happening with that, but we'll come back with more. And the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, does he not look at home behind that food set? He hasn't left there yet. He's got a spatula out now. He's making an omelet.
He fired up a skillet over there. Look at that. There he goes.
I spent a good portion of last night with a very distinguished local chef.
Yes.
Like an award-winning guy, man. And we had a great time. It was unfortunately at a funeral.
Yeah.
Not the best of circumstances, but it was a happy memorial. Because this guy obviously had a great spirit to him. I didn't know the man personally. Friends with his son, but and through his wife more so. So it's like a distance by a third or fourth. Plus, I didn't know the guy, but I wanted to know the guy after the memorial.
Sounded like our kind of guy.
Yeah, and I'm hanging with this world-class chef, man, and we're talking about food, the Gambling Gourmet. I mean, we'll be seeing like $90 steaks in restaurants. Sometime soon, they're going to have like Biden's picture on it.
Now, is there a shortage of cows now, too?
No, everything, man. Turkeys they're running out of freaking turkeys. That's why you need guys like us.
What happened?
Saying.
The turkeys stopped doing it during COVID? I mean, what happened here? What?
They lost their sex drive because they didn't want to risk getting
COVID,
getting sick.
There you go.
And now they're like $400 a pound. I mean,
come on, man.
You have to hit like the Breeders' Cup Pick 6 to get a turkey this year.
I heard a guy complaining about a shortage of chicken wings too the other day. Now, what happened to chicken?
Chicken wings are market price, according to Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. Chicken wings. Imagine that. The guy comes out with like a phony French accent. This will be the market price today.
You need to find
like
a
market price. What freaking market did you buy these at?
Go get a few more roosters and throw them in the hen house. I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever been surprised with a lower price when a thing was market price?
And
then you were anticipating like
steaks are going up too. What the heck?
No cows, man.
No cows.
All right, we'll come back with more. We'll try and get our handicappers involved. I don't know if we can there. The Nicaraguan thing wasn't that far off from the truth. Wasn't the professor heading down there to collect a couple of dollars from some deadbeat?
Money he bet offshore.
Who thought he had dodged the obligation?
There's no extradition, but the professor could find you if you owe him money, I'm sure.
All right. I got my parking pass for the Patriot game.
Yeah, it's very nice. And your tickets are in your email. So
it was pretty good atmosphere there last night at the old Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, place was rocking.
Even though, the Dolphins at 2-7 looked like an unlikely play to everybody but you. All right, coming back with more Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on Ion Channel. People are nervously pacing in the background, so we're trying to resolve a little technical issue that we had.
Small short circuit. They'll figure it out. Come on.
I believe they will. Yeah.
You got Lubitz back there. I mean, come on.
We should get Tommy the electrician to come out.
Oh,
here.
no.
Old Sparky there.
Out go the lights.
Where his solution is always just to put 2 live wires together and see if the lights go out.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for Rick Pitino, who's got this, some great players coming into Iona this year. But what he did to Rick's dock over there in Fort Lauderdale was a shame.
It was funny because Rick's, trying to put his boat in the water. The great basketball coach Rick Pitino hires this guy to do a little work for him, and you subcontracted the job out at great profit for yourself.
Yes.
You shaved this guy something serious.
I padded the bill. You would not believe, but yeah.
It's like Pitino. He's got millions. He owns racehorses.
Yeah, and poor 220. I mean, the sparks that were coming off of that boat lift, I saw them over there in Pompano. I mean, that was bad.
Well, and then he tries to lower his boat in the water, and all the toilets flushed in the house, and he had to call a plumber. All right, so we're coming back with more in a moment here on Ion Channel. The Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, going to be with us also with restaurant recommendations and a lot of sports conversation as well. Here on there's nobody that says that better, huh?
Samucha.
Can we do one in unison, guys, just in honor of the Gambling Gourmet? And everybody bow your heads in prayer. I don't care what's troubling you right now. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out on 3, 2, 1, say, Samucha.
Don't you just feel better?
People are really going to start to question this.
I mean, if you're in the mood for ramen noodles.
Yeah, man. Nobody could sell ramen noodles, man. Some hot broth in the middle of the dead of summer.
Exactly.
And the Gambling Gourmet, man. I mean, you're like you're schwitzing from every pore.
Some of the
and now you're going to pour this soup down your throat. No, he's great, man. The Gambling Gourmet.
He'll be on with you shortly.
He says it's good, man. It's good.
I can't wait to get away from you. Can you come on now, Mike? Where are you?
Hey, Mike, you ready? We
I
can't
gotta
get the
get out of
caller
here.
on. All right, back with more in a moment. Now that did I mention Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill? That's where we all have to go after the show today, man. Okay. Head straight to the keys. Don't look back.
I need a drink.
We apologize to all of our fine sponsors for the content. They are not responsible for any of this.
None.
All right, almost time for the Gambling Gourmet.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When I like to eat well, I love going to Cafe Seville in Fort Lauderdale. It's Gambling Gourmet approved. They're at 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. They're a Fort Lauderdale perennial. They've been there since the 80s. Joey Esposito and his better half, Sally, they've been running the joint for the better part of 2 decades. It's cozy, it's comfy, and they've got the best in Spanish and continental cuisine. They've got paella, they got shrimp with garlic sauce. They've got this stuffed veal chop that's fantastic. It's open every day except Sunday for dinners at 5 o'clock. Go to Cafe Seville on East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale and tell them the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Buy or lease a house and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
All right. Tell me you had it, Mark Lawrence. Tell me you had the ultimate parlay, moneyline parlay, Jets, Bengals. Both teams had to be, 10-1 money line. It hasn't happened since 1973. I think you're probably well aware of that 2 double-digit underdogs have won straight up in the National Football League. So we're talking about 47 years of history that was erased with this double whammy that took place against the chalk. And many people got buried on that. Tell me you had it. Tell me you had a little taste on the money line Jets, Bengals parlay.
I tell you this, that if I had played the Jets and the Bengals on the money line parlay, I would be the lead speaker at a Gamblers Anonymous meeting.
The best way to kick off your day is with Defo plus Lubie. We now return to the Defo Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Great to have you with us here on Ion Channel. Jeff Deforrest. We have Mr. Moneyline himself here at a deuce on the Moneyline Miami Dolphins last night against all of the logical. Well, I would imagine if this man made a wager, he would have also had the Miami Dolphins. Of course, they were going to win the game. The team and the organization were in total chaos and disarray. Quarterback had a pop gun arm, and he couldn't get on the playing field. The coach was coming under just intense scrutiny after every call that he makes. Hey, what? You ran the ball? Owner's on the phone, like Ross is on the phone there. Hey, Danny Boy told me to throw it. Right? He's getting advice in the box there. Chris Greer, I mean, you can't even find this guy. He's out of town.
Exactly.
He's waiting in a cab outside the stadium for somebody to take him to the airport. And of course, they beat the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson coming to town. Just crazy stuff. But if anybody would have had it, it would have been this gentleman as we attempt to bring up the World Championship handicapper. Everybody. Mark Lawrence on the program here. Mark, are you with us, my friend?
Hey guys, how you doing? You still celebrating that Dolphins win last night, I'm sure, huh?
Well, he is. I mean, this guy over here, Moneyline Martinez. How about this? If he had parlayed these three teams, he had the Jets money line against the Cincinnati Bengals. He had the Jags money line against the Buffalo Bills. And Moneyline Martinez unloads last night because two mushes were sitting next to him at Vinny's on commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea, and they both told him to send in his lifetime savings on the Ravens last night. So he went with the Jets, 200 to win.
The Dolphins.
I mean, the Dolphins, yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, you got a football team here that was dead and buried, and we attended their services during the middle of the week, and they come back to life last night. It was just really, really strange to watch, especially given the fact that Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown are from down here, and you thought they'd have put on a show, but nonetheless, the Dolphins are still alive.
There was another trend I thought about you. Actually, Jersey was looking into a trend that he had researched, and it had some Lawrencean type of considerations to it.
Well, I did. I actually, when I was walking out of the bar after, confirming the bet that this mush had given me, the bet my life savings on the Ravens, I started thinking of Lawrence. And I noticed lately down here, we've been having these crazy high tides, and this planetary alignment. And then all of a sudden, Mark's voice came into my head, and it said something like, on a Thursday night when a game is played south of the Mason-Dixon line, and the planets align, and Jupiter is now in line with Mars, and the gravitational pull is a plus 6.7, you always go and take the underdog in that game. I mean, that's what I heard.
To mention like the O.J. Simpson case or whatever, some anniversary of some trial. But anyway, there was like a trend. What was the number there, Mark? You would know. I read it somewhere. John Harbaugh was like 9-0 against the spread against the Dolphins, either at Hard Rock Stadium or Lifetime, but had never lost against the spread to the Miami Dolphins in certain circumstances that you would probably know better than I would what the quantifiers were on that.
Well, Defo, there was a really, really unique stat that's happened thus far this football season, and it did not apply to the football game last night, but it's worthy of noting this weekend.
Yeah, I think we lost Mark Lawrence there temporarily there, Mike Lubitz. But anyway, he was right into, an explanation that you could only anticipate.
Was going to be great.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw this cockamamie scheme of unrelated circumstances.
Yes.
None of which have anything to do with any statistical data
None whatsoever. Nothing. I mean, nothing.
And he's firing back like a stat line, that's actually appropriate to that sort of thing. All right. I believe we lost him.
He just wasn't hearing you.
Oh, okay.
So next week, we're going to go with our Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge phone lines.
All right. Very good. Go. Okay. All right. Well, that was...
It was an experiment.
You would have to say that was tantamount to a catastrophic failure.
It's just so
our attempts to get some games to you from guys that actually know how to pick them.
Yeah, I know. Instead of our cockamamie theories, but it's a very good thing that Mayo is waiting in the wings here, and you actually have a live person coming.
He gets serious about his horses, Mayo. That's what I love about Mayo. I mean, he'll put his head down and not look up for like a half hour and have analysis on a horse, and then we're thinking, hey, Mike, let's get your spots in.
Yes.
But he gets into thorough analysis on this kind of stuff, especially thoroughbred racing.
And he's
not a big sports camper, though.
No, but he's got some good connections. I remember he had a couple things moving down in Delaware Park where he had a connection to
He's calling me while we're in Keeneland, right? Like I needed another loser to come from out of town. I was getting those picks from Francesco.
Yeah, Francesco. Well, another one.
And then you feel badly because they didn't really have Delaware Park up all over the place. They're not as big on simulcasting.
Right.
People there, I don't know, are they not afflicted with screen-to-screen disease in Kentucky?
No, I think the racing at Keeneland is just so good.
Is that a hillbilly trait?
No, I think if you went to the Red Mile, which was your favorite dump in Kentucky, that you would.
I can't believe that you guys denied me the chance. I know that, don't mention my name there, Evan, was so COVID paranoid that he didn't even want to stay in his hotel room. He slept on a balcony. And it was getting a little cold by Florida standards out there.
No, and I mean, if you didn't say the red mile once, you said it 100 times. I don't know why
1,000 times.
You should have just jumped in an Uber and went
then,
over
yeah,
there.
I mean, you had to tease me when we have a plane to catch. You drive up to the entrance and
Of the
say,
mile.
"You want to see it now?"
You know, when the announcement came over the cell phone that your flight had been delayed 6 hours, we probably should have went to the mile.
What's the logical move, man? And then you could charge the airlines for the money you lost.
For the money you lost due to the
those,
delay.
non-paying slot machines. that
Another
they feed you
Defo
there.
lawsuit that's going to go nowhere.
And the $20 Exacta boxes you were making at Remington Park. All right, Jersey, you're going to scoot out of here. The Gambling Gourmet is going to join us next. We apologize for not bringing you our handicappers and their selections. Maybe we can get the selections.
I'm going to try and get them via text, and
There
then
you go.
we'll give it out on air.
That way,
nice.
you guys get the information you need. You don't get it in an entertaining kind of presentation that we usually have. But
No, we're going to give you the real stuff.
nobody cares what we're saying anyway. It's like, who do you like in a Louisville game?
No, but it's good. I mean, at least you got somebody coming on now that still half of his brain is working, unlike mine.
I'm
and
not sure anymore. He's been eating a lot of those cherry bomb pizzas at the pizza spot. And you talk about like Chernobyl City, man, in terms of hot.
Yeah.
You need a hazmat suit, and all of a sudden you're seeing like Dustin Hoffman doing a couple of lines off in the background there. No, those are nuclear, man. Unbelievable. All right, the Gambling Gourmet coming up next here on Ion Channel. Jersey Kyle, always a pleasure, my friend. A lot of fun today.
Yep.
Gulfstream Park, of course, the presentation of the Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, Ion Channel. The guys here on Ion Channel, I mean, you talk about gamblers. They took a shot here.
Yes.
I saw Brad the way he was kind of shaking his head when I walked into that first meeting, and Jack was saying, no, that's our guy.
No, not him. Not that guy. I've seen him at the track picking up tickets off the floor.
On his hands and knees, crawling, trying to find some show ticket that a guy threw away when his horse got put up by disqualification. All right, we're coming back with more. Thanks for stopping by, Jersey. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Always
Jersey
great.
Martinez.
Yeah, always great. Good seeing Lubie back from the European vacation. He's still.
He doesn't look like him. He really doesn't, man.
But it looks like you put on a couple there, Lubie. Eating good over there, huh?
It's like Chuck Wepner. Looks like you need a cut man, too. All right, Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, coming up next here. A little food and sports mixed in on Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, brought to you by the people at Gulfstream Park. And, of course, we're brought to you by Destination Sport Miami here on Ion Channel. Back in a moment. Now that. It's 8:30 Eastern Time.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not. Because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Buy or lease a house and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
He'll fight Brian Cox in the locker room. He'll challenge Bill Parcells to a verbal shout out. He'll stare down Johnny Chan while holding pocket twos.
And then he goes
Mike
to
Mayo,
the
the
London
Gambling
Business
Gourmet.
School for the savants.
How about that? Yeah.
I will crush
London
your
School
hopes
of
and
Finance.
dreams with it.
Mike
Oh,
Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, joins us here. 940
Yeah,
West.
no,
South
I was
Zone.
going to say, and then I do all those things, and I also crush your hopes and dreams with a 3-word text giving you the bad news about game one.
Well, this was particularly brutal, Michael. I thank you for doing that.
The modern day odd couple, Defo and Lubie, are on now. It is, of course, the Defo Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday continues here, brought to you by Gulfstream Park, Destination Sport Miami, and all of our fine sponsors, Hialeah Park as well. And, of course, the people at Deal Volkswagen, just doing a fine job. Jersey picks up another car at Deal Volkswagen, another stolen vehicle. And all point bulletin, releases were issued by the local authorities saying, we got another one, man. He stole another car from Deal Volkswagen. Just fantastic. We welcome to the show and to our Ion channel. And this is great. Superimposed over the scoreboard here at Gulfstream Park is the Gambling Gourmet, who no doubt you probably wanted to be impaled at that scoreboard many times. Mike Mayo joins us here on the show.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here live again, doing some video. I feel very professional, like we're ready for a TVG or something like that.
Yeah, you look like Con Trump out here on
horses,
the set.
And it's really nice to see that Gulfstream has a tote board and a Jumbotron again because
well, they had to take it down while they were putting in this new synthetic track, which, by the way, I mean, and you know this on a Degenerate Friday, the gamblers will complain about anything. And especially if all of a sudden their handicapping goes even further south than it already was. And they will blame it on anything, wind variants that weren't reported. Surface, of course, always comes into play. And these new synthetics, I don't know, seem to be getting very favorable reviews from the horse players.
I guess so far so good in terms of it's playing fair. What do they call it? Is a Tapeta surface or?
I don't know, man. I remember when they were grinding up tires, and that didn't work out so well, and then horses were collapsing on that.
That was the poly track, and that wasn't a good idea.
Whose idea was that? Somebody had a big payoff, though. Some guy that owned a tire shop in Great Britain.
Little plastic pellets were shooting up into the nostrils and lungs of horses.
Let's not
a good
get
idea.
too graphic here,
but
talking food on the show.
I do hope that Gulfstream. I've been out there a couple of times recently, including last Sunday, eating my ribs at Christine Lee's. And
I would venture to say there's not a week that passes that you're in town that you don't pay at least one visit to a racetrack and certainly are engaged at other times. Yeah. Poker has now become your sport of choice.
Well, poker is great because it's, it has all the masochism and self-flagellation of golf. Without the skin cancer.
But you can get burned for sure. Now, do you bluff a lot when you're playing? What kind of bluffer are you?
It depends on the table. Like everything in life, poker is situational, and you got to read the table. And
so you see a bunch of suckers.
The
Lubie and I are sitting there.
Rule of thumb is a loose table you play tight, a tight table you play loose. So I'm going to try to run some bluffs against people. Again, you make your reads and you go with them. I do try, on nights that I'm doing well and I feel it, you do have to run some bluffs, and they work because poker is all about storytelling. And if you have the confidence and you tell the proper story through your betting, through the different rounds,
people will believe a bluff sometimes.
All right, yeah, and you have to be able to pull it off, right? I mean, you can't go
You gotta
into some
have the poker
form of
face.
hysterics after you shovel all your money in there and go all in, and you're holding 2-4 off suit, and there's nothing on the board that could help you. You're calling for a nurse if the guy makes the call.
So, getting back to Gulfstream, I'm looking forward to the championship meet. It's going to be starting at the beginning of December, and all the top jocks and barns are going to have all their horses and the promising 2-year-olds who are going to turn 3 and be on the Derby Trail. And I'm sure they work hard over there at Gulfstream, so they will be getting all the grounds ready, all the new facilities, the new tote boards, and the jumbotron. So make the fan experience as great as possible for the big championship meet. And talk about upsets. I mean, we like having our upsets at the track, and I scored on a 30-1 shot on Sunday to get out for what was just an awful.
Always a good
Breeders'
feeling,
Cup.
yeah.
And
You took a burial there too?
Oh yeah, well yeah. Friday I cashed a couple of tickets. Saturday was just a bloodbath. So
Yeah,
what are you
I was
gonna do?
betting against myself, which it was a thing that we were referencing Madame Selena earlier, and she told me, and I think it's true, that you gamble to your personality, like whatever your whole approach in life is, you kind of gamble like that. And if, as I said, you're a sniveling Jewish nebbish, you will gamble like a sniveling Jewish nebbish. And if you're just a swashbuckling pirate like a Jersey Kyle Martinez, you go Dolphins. Money line.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo, we got a guy here. I mean, that's the way that always goes.
I almost pulled the trigger on the Dolphins. I had a weird hunch right before the game, just because it was a wild week where there was a lot of upsets and teams you figured had no chance. And Jacksonville and the Giants, they both pulled it off last Sunday. And I said, you know what? And to borrow, kind of like the phraseology, Mark Lawrence always likes to put labels on different
Yes.
angles he comes up, and it's a shame we couldn't hear from him today, because I heard him praise.
I have his praise, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, he did praise me in the past. I heard about my restaurant reviews and how he misses them in the Sun Sentinel. So
Yes.
I would urge Mark and everybody to go onto the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, where I still weigh in with different critiques on food. But Mark would probably have called last night the hometown quarterback hero comes home and feels the pressure angle, or something like that, because Lamar Jackson.
He's more inclined to go along with the lines of like the Valdez or whatever that was.
The leaking oil.
Exxon Valdez. Yeah.
Well,
he even names like the guy who was the captain of the boat who ended up. I don't know. Did he end up doing time, that cat? I don't know. I'm not sure what level of
And
responsibility.
for the
he bore.
Dolphins, the angle would be like, I don't know, the Mo Larry Curly Prince.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
the quarterbacks, like, what's going on? So Tua was healthy enough to come in and eventually, help win.
But they
the
had
game.
him on ice because
But he had him on ice because they're still trying to protect him. Well, I guess the season is lost. Or
No, they had him on ice because they don't want people to know how bad he is. At least that's what they felt, because they wanted to trade him for a guy that's got 37 accusers,
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
it is, of sexual assault. And they were thinking, well, this is a better option than this guy we drafted number 5 overall. So let's give him up in our next 17 first-round picks. So that's how bad it was, man. And you had a guy in there that, you're thinking even healthy, unfortunately, he really isn't generating a whole lot of pulse on that offense, Jacoby Brissett.
Not Brissett.
No, but so I watched the first half at one of my spots, Shenanigans. It's the sports pub that's around the corner from my house. And,
All right, now what'd you have
Pat
on the
Utter.
table there?
Well, I was just there on Sunday and had my favorite grilled, black and grilled wings. So last night we mixed it up a little. Me and my buddy, we got a prime rib sandwich and a buffalo chicken pizza, which was the first time I tried the.
It sounds good to me.
The toppings were excellent on
Yeah.
the pizza. They had these little chunks of like chicken cutlet diced up and blended on the top with a kind of buffalo spicy.
Lubie's on the app ordering one now.
Yeah, a little bit of the blue.
Jack, you want a slice? Yeah, all right. Jack wants
It's like
some. Brad
a
too.
Liquefied blue cheese and that buffalo flavored, the buffalo wing sauce
Yeah.
flavor on top with chunks of chicken on a pizza. It was really good. And so we sat there, we drank a pitcher of beer, and we just, that action or non-action in the first half, it just kind of put us to
Put me to sleep,
I
literally.
mean, it was like, I don't want to use a cliche and saying it was like watching paint dry, but it was more like watching the pizza dough at the pizza spot just sit there and proof for 2 days.
It was Terry Schiavo time, as we've been saying all week long.
So we ended up ditching it. We left after the first half. I went home and sat on the couch, and of course, boom, the pitcher of beer hit me, and some other supplements hit me, and next thing I know, I'm waking up and my TV is already switched over to the Colbert show, and I wake up, it's like 12:30. I have no idea what happened in the game.
Yeah.
So I go on the phone. I was like, oh wow, they won.
They won. Yeah.
Which was
a shock. Yeah.
Because it looked like that game, and after you go into the third quarter, you think, in horse racing, the terms, the Ravens were just like a grade 1 animal that was pacing itself and just didn't really show much or do much in the first half. They ran a first quarter in 47, and you just figured they were going to pour it on in the last quarter.
Pat Day aboard,
and no, they didn't. Lamar Jackson. I mean, the Dolphin defense, give him credit. They finally showed up and made big plays and kept a powerful offense in check. And as much as we like to rag on Tua and the quarterback, because that's the high visibility position, the real villain of this season so far, let's face it, has been the defense, because Tua has got, he's come back from mistakes and pick sixes and driven the team down and had game changing touchdowns to put the Dolphins in the lead in the fourth quarter.
It's hard to spit it out because you're talking about high praise for the Dolphins.
And invariably, the defense.
Even you can't believe it. You can't comprehend it. You're like that guy that shot the people in Wisconsin. I mean,
exactly.
I can't even talk about this.
No, but the Dolphins' defense earlier this year, it seems every time they had a lead and they needed to make a big stop late in the fourth quarter, they didn't. It was a defense that folded. Well, finally last night they made big plays, and Lamar Jackson looked like he was I don't want to say you get distracted, but when you come home and it's a homecoming game, you're getting bombarded with.
He was mad though. He's usually pretty dignified there on the sideline, and high praise for all of his teammates. He's kind of humble, and I believe he's sincere in that. But he was pissed playing that game yesterday.
He wants to look good in front of his hometown peeps, and
what's great though about that whole dissertation there, Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. Did he not channel his inner Tony Kornheiser and go right back to his sports writing roots? I mean, 15 years covering, and you covered virtually every team in town. Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, with us here. Now, one thing, and this is great, and I keep forgetting, what was it that you quoted me on about restaurants in an article? My friend called me all excited. He said, Mike Mayo, he mentioned your name. He mentioned your name.
Oh, about the 2 scariest words in the English language, according to Jeff Defo Deforrest. Besides, I do. Is market price.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
You're seeing that on everything now, man. I mean, it's like crazy. You go in there, you order a salad. It's like, well, that's market price, I tell you.
I hear music. Should I talk even keel?
Well, give us a little even keel fish shack, because see now, Jersey Kyle, he's hanging out at this place where he can get some degenerate bets in. But if he wanted to get some fresh seafood, even keel would be the spot there, Lauderdale by the Sea. We got to get Jack out there and Brad on the TV also. Yeah, we still, have considerations there. That'll be awesome. Otherwise, they have to pick up the check.
We all love Even Keel. It's got a great vibe. It's right at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, which has become a real happening spot for dining and also drinking. Great spots out there. And Brad and Dave, our friends, the chef owners of Even Keel, they moved from a different location, and this is the perfect spot for them because they have elevated food in a really relaxed, comfy setting. They have live music some nights around the weekends. They also have weekend brunch. Actually runs Friday through Sunday, their brunch menu, and they have bottomless drinks on Sundays that you could add on for $25. They have the happy hour. That's the greatest deal from 4 to 7 Monday through Friday, and you and I both love those grilled oysters. They come out just
great
beautiful,
stuff.
Broiled, that nice cheesy kind of crumb topping on top. You can't beat it. $5 for 4 of those. All kinds of delicious items. And even if you don't like seafood, they got things like chicken sandwiches and hamburgers. So go see our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack. It is Gambling Gourmet approved.
You look like Harvey Pack, man. I feel like we're Pack at the track here. It's great. Gulf Street Park, Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, the Gambling Gourmet. That's Mike Mayo, if you're watching on the video, provided by Ion Channel. Pretty simple. Like people act like, oh, my God, what are you talking about, a trip to Mars? And all you have to do is click on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com.
That's EYE for those.
Yeah, that may be the catch right there.
EYE. Like
I was on for a half hour. I never got it. Right?
Ion channel, and you will find your eyes and ears listening to the mellifluous voice of Jeff Deforrest.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I tell you this, Jack Namer, he put his entire reputation on the line by having this show on as many outlets. And then on top of that, risking tremendous financial considerations as well. So here we are, and we're happy to be here. And then Brad, he comes in there and zip, zap, zoop. He's got us wired up and ready to go here as if we're at Gulfstream Park. So it's fantastic to be here on Ion Channel, the Defo Show. Mike Lubie, Lubitz, not on camera today. I'm getting a mixed bag of comments on that.
Yeah.
Fed to me on my personal telephone here, checking a couple of texts out during the break. And some people are happy about it, and some people are, still have the curiosity factor of, especially the new people, like, what does Lubie look like? And that's the most
Monday
asked
through
question.
Wednesday, you'll see me. And
Monday,
I'm sure
yeah.
we can work something out here where I can get on video. Where you guys are up, you're running, and Gulfstream looks resplendent. So
No, that's the first thing Jack said when I walked in at 6:30 this morning. He said, he doesn't have to be on, does he? No.
He looks a little beefier than he was before.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to get his report.
I didn't gain any weight.
Some of that European dining
Oh,
that
he's
he
a
was
little
on.
sensitive about it too, but it looks like he ate a couple of those.
It's just like
those French baguettes,
Yeah.
maybe with a little pate on it.
He was in Florence, and what do they have? Like a lot of cheese over there in
I don't
Florence,
know,
right?
I don't know. I hope that he ventured out and didn't actually just eat McDonald's.
No.
and have Le Big Mac. Or
Yeah,
something.
You've been very
nothing
proud
like
of us.
you. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
you've got
Yeah,
this.
Shirley would keep you on the straight. and
Yes,
narrow. She'd
of
make sure
course.
you get out. and
This
about.
guy with all his culinary expertise and his advanced palate is eating a McRib sandwich as an experiment on a live radio show, and it was a disgrace.
I
Mike
had an
Mayo.
Egg McMuffin
A
today though,
disgrace.
because that is the one product at McDonald's that and I trashed the McRib last week. Is the worst thing I've ever eaten, and but to make it up for McDonald's, I got their Egg McMuffin. It's actually real food. There's an identifiable egg and a piece of
There is
bacon.
spam that is
It's
served
real
at
food.
Rikers Island that is tastier and more appetizing to look at than the McRib sandwich. It was great. All right, we have to run. We're coming back with more, and stick with us. More with the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, who was all over the Miami Dolphins last night at Shenanigans, which is fantastic. I fell asleep when it was like 3-0. I think Baltimore, and I thought, naturally they're going to find a way to beat this downtrodden team. They'll probably win it. Well, would they cover the spread? I had a
thought they would win
small
by
rooting
10.
interest. Yeah.
I thought they'd score 2
Right.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
in the
Maybe
second
win it
half.
13-3, something like that. At the worst, 13-6. You get a little pusheroo.
Yep.
If you had it at 7, it went up to 8 and a hook.
That's why they play the games, Defo.
Exactly.
No, I think there's something up here, and if you look at current trends, I wish we had Mark Lawrence on. I think we're seeing.
Well, Lubie will
You're
give us
going to
his
see the
picks, right?
officials with FanDuel emblems on their jerseys pretty soon. The striped shirt will give way to a plain white shirt where you can clearly see FanDuel and a link where to bet, just like you can see Destination Sport Miami here. All right, Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. More on Ion Channel, and we'll be with you until about 9:30 Eastern Time here this morning with the Gambling Gourmet, and no doubt get into all kinds of things that are happening in the world of sport and the world of degeneracy. A deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Mike Lubitz at the controls. Ion Channel, their fine crew here on hand to make this production happen, and we'll be back with more in a moment. Now that it's 8:52 on the East Coast here in the U.S. of A.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not. Because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. all at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure is served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Even Keel Fish Shack. You know that's a Gambling Gourmet favorite. It's right there at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard and that hopping corner of Lauderdale by the Sea. Even Keel Fish Shack. It has all the great seafood that you want. They also have some other things for landlubbers, but they're known for their oysters, grilled oysters, daily specials. Fish and chips are great. It's elevated yet casual seafood. Even Keel Fish Shack. Our friends Brad and Dave and Deborah, they know how to get it done. A1A and Commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo sent you.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call your insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
All right, so
Here's
you have
my
the poem. Let's do it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got DQ'd from the late double. Sorry, no champagne or caviar for you.
Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, ladies and gentlemen.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show, Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and here we are, simulated and kind of hanging out at Gulfstream Park with the Gambling Gourmet. You'll often find them there. Usually find them chowing down on some ribs and a couple of fancy beers over at Christine Lee's, which is part of the village of Gulfstream Park, a great place to hang out because, and I discovered this a long time ago when they first, a lot of the horse players, we don't like to see tradition. And this was always a hot argument in town. I don't know how many of these you were involved in. You were probably called upon to give some kind of testimony to whether or not you thought the Orange Bowl was a dump or was it an essential part of the South Florida landscape here that should never be improved and or changed,
exactly.
no matter how archaic.
It's a cathedral. It's like Notre Dame.
Exactly.
Did you get a bunch of those calls, Mike Mayo? Hey, Mike, you want to go on my radio show and talk about the Orange Bowl? A lot of people think it should be, buried with a wrecking ball.
My Orange Bowl memories are not fond ones. One time, I think it was after one of those. Yeah, it was a great, thrilling game. Used to have some of those great battles with Florida State, and that's coming up tomorrow. It lost a little bit of its luster, but some of those great games there. And also, I remember one Edgerrin James against UCLA. It was a wicked shootout. It ended up being like 47-45 and the Canes won. But I do remember we would assemble outside the locker rooms waiting for the teams, to get access and do our post-game interviews. And just remember standing there underneath the bowels, literally, of the Orange Bowl and felt something dripping on me. And I look up and it's something you don't want to see. It's a pipe and a liquid that does not
should have
look
called
like
Justina
water.
Testa, Lubie's fine sponsor. You
We
see a
need-
pipe break anywhere, man.
We needed some major public
Some water
adjusters
starts
over
leaking
there.
on the set here.
Oh,
Yeah, over there. I mean, where the
And
toilets were
this was
literally
coming
like drops.
it was it was scary. And I did not. I mean, I love the location. I love the atmosphere, and the fans were right on top of
Yeah, no, that was
the
good.
field. I did not love having bodily fluids leak on me as I was trying to do my job.
Well, and even especially this was you shouldn't complain if you're getting paid to go to ball games. I always felt that way, and so
I don't wanna
when
take
you
a
hear the
golden
complaints
shower.
of reporters about like the conditions in the locker room were horrendous. But I will say this: that I think Papillon changed clothes in those 5 years in solitary under more favorable conditions than the Hurricanes when they were jammed into the locker room, and then there were like there's 150 guys on a college football team. I mean, even Rudy, I think, was suiting up for Hurricane games at that time. So you're trying to traipse around and find a guy, and now they have their uniforms off, and you don't get to see football players' faces that often, especially if it's like some third-string lineman who made a key block to free Ken Dorsey up to motor down the field, even though he ran like a 5.9 40, and somehow he was able to make it behind like outrageous blocking. And you're trying to find a couple of guys that were involved in that, and there's no way, and jock straps are flying, and all kinds of crazy stuff was happening there. A real dump of a facility from every other aspect, with the exception of it did carry sound, and the acoustics were great there for the home team, and that's why they were very favorable in terms of results.
Yeah, but I miss some of those old places that are so dingy and dumpy, and now you see everything is so slick and polished. And the Dolphins. I remember when they had their training camps at St. Thomas University, even before they moved to Nova Southeast.
Now that was a dump.
Oh, St. Thomas was like.
That's crazy.
It was like the Motel 6 that that did not make the cut.
That they sold.
They couldn't get the final approval from the Motel 6 corporate, so they had to rebrand.
Hey, Joe, did you see this place? Yeah, exactly.
Nap time in. Get your 3 hours.
Do you remember the sinkhole that was there at the beginning of the parking lot? Like and I literally, I'd come here from L.A. and the first assignment I had as a guy going out on any kind of reporting gig here, I was working at a local radio station, and they sent me out to get some clips from Dolphins practice, and I had an MGB, and I drive into the parking lot there, and then there was this giant hole when you entered the parking lot, literally like a sinkhole, and my car was submerged beneath the ground. Right? And, you're thinking, I must be in the wrong place. There's no way like a professional team is practicing here, especially when coached by the fabled and venerable Don Shula. How could he possibly allow his team to come to this armpit and practice? It was ridiculous.
It was really shocking to me. I made the transition before I came to South Florida in June of '89, and was hired as kind of the backup Dolphins writer. And so, but I was in South Carolina, a small town, Spartanburg. But I covered the University of South Carolina Gamecocks football program down in Columbia for that paper. And the Gamecocks, it was Joe Morrison was the coach at the time, who unfortunately died, and he had a fatal heart attack in the middle of the year that I was covering them. And I hope it was just coincidental and not causation. But
how bad were they?
No, they were actually they were a top 20 team, but they got hit with a steroid scandal. But
that'll take a toll on your heart.
Their facilities were like just pristine and modern, and that. When Joe Morrison came in and took over the program, he insisted on, upgrading the facility so he could recruit in the SEC. And the bottom line was, then I go from that to driving up into St. Thomas, and I was like, wait, did I make a mistake here? How is this possible?
Must be a temporary thing.
Yeah. The perfect season.
Shula.
And they're training in a dump of a Motel 6.
Oh, and the rooms were atrocious. You would want to get cut from the team in preseason.
Hello, Turk. I need room service and the Turk, please.
You remember that guy, Carl Tassif?
Yeah,
he was a
Turk.
Shula, confidant for many, many years. And he was the guy that would come and ask for the playbook when the guy was getting cut, which is, not a pleasant thing. I mean, I don't know if you've been cut from teams, but you see your name was up there in masking tape with magic marker on it to begin with. And then when you don't make the team, whoosh, they just peel it off the wall there, and it's crumpled up on the floor, and your uniform's gone.
He would go around on cut day, and he was kind of a smaller guy. Like in the movie, I think Marty Feldman would play him.
But he had from birth a 3-day growth that was never any different than a 3-day growth. It's almost impossible to maintain a 3-day growth of a beard where it never changes, right? I mean, who Who was George Michael was the only other guy I think that could do that, the singer. And they had like zero similarities other than that.
It takes real talent. I guess you got to have an electric shaver and always set it on that kind of little bit, not all the way close to the.
It made him look grungy
setting.
though, and like nasty, didn't it?
Yeah.
He was listed as a running backs coach, although I don't even think he knew who the running backs were on the roster.
I was scared of him. I thought he was going to cut me, and he's not
I
even
thought it
my
was
boss.
great that Shula had a henchman that looked like that. That could have been maybe played by Peter Lorre in the movies. If
Well, there was Stu Weinstein, who was the security.
Stu was great,
director.
man. I love Stu.
He was
a
the
prince.
henchman. He could be the muscle
Yeah.
sometimes out and about. With
What are you
the
taking
public.
pictures of here, Mayo?
But internally,
Did you see that last formation, Mayo? Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like you were Mr. Fung up there on the witness stand in the OJ case. Did you see that 3-4 we're going to run,
Oh.
Mayo? Let me see that camera you got there, because it was
this was-
predating the days of cell phones.
This
Imagine
was
now,
way
Stu.
before even social media or cell phones.
Yeah.
Let alone the smartphones or.
It's a Degenerate Friday, and it's a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and one of my favorite degenerates in terms of, although world-class restaurateur and a world-class gentleman and just tremendous. And Let's Eat South Florida, your Facebook page there with now 64,000 subscribers. Always, I would say it's more than 99 out of 100 people absolutely love this joint. Cafe Seville, Joey Esposito. And I don't know how he did on the Breeders' Cup, and I know you wanted to get into that controversy.
I do,
but,
because I think Joey was one of the people who got kind of.
Oh, did he
how
get
do we
screwed?
put this
Yeah.
royally
Hosed
by that whole
what a
situation
bad,
of the scratches and the premature scratch, and then the horse running and still winning for purse money only.
Yeah.
And he would have had pick 4s and pick 5s.
Yeah.
And he got switched to a favorite. That was
up the track.
We'll talk
yeah.
about that after this break. But Cafe Seville, Joey Esposito, big friend of ours and just a class individual. Him and his better half, Sally. They've been running Cafe Seville since the 90s. The place has been there since the 1980s. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. It serves the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine. And it's at 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard, right there at the corner of Bayview, in between Federal Highway and the Intracoastal. The place is cozy. It's romantic. They recently expanded, so now they have a bar where you could just go in by yourself and get a good meal and catch a couple of drinks. They have great sangrias. They have the shrimp with the garlic sauce. They bring out that fresh baked loaf of sourdough bread that's just tremendous.
Might be the best bread offered at any restaurant,
just
and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, with apologies to the
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
Great bread
warm
offer.
bread.
No, but it's a
Texas
different type of thing, man. I
But-
went to actually J Mark's the other night, and they put out a real nice kind of roll with some sweet butter. But
The
that's the whole thing.
sourdough there,
Oh,
because
man.
not only can you just spread some butter on
Very
it with
San
your drink,
Fran, you
you
know.
dunk it in that shrimp with garlic sauce appetizer. You dunk it in all your Malou sauce, all the Santa Fe sauces. It's good
Yeah.
to sop up all the great sauces there. I love Cafe Seville. They have a stuffed veal chop, a paella, all the classics.
They had 86 it when you announced
Yeah,
that
well,
you
you
liked
know,
that. That was one
I-
of your favorites.
I gave them a nice rave review.
Sold like 400 of them that night.
On Let's Eat, and next thing you know, they're sold out, and he's cursing me up a storm because they haven't had to work so hard in the middle of the summertime forever. But it's a great place. Go to Cafe Seville, open Monday through Saturday at 5 p.m. They are closed on Sundays. Tell them that the Gambling Gourmet and Defo sent you.
Well, and here's the thing. I wrote down romantic right before you said it, because I took almost all of my first-time starters in there, and I'm sorry with apologies to the Mustang, but that was a routine and a scam that I had run before, that I was a man of taste. And you don't have to be a man of wealth to go to the cafe.
Very
Seville.
reasonably priced. Value.
And well, the first time I went in there, I ran into the fighting physician, Dr. Hackey Reitman, who was a friend of mine, and I had called his ill-fated fight. I don't want to say ill-fated, but it was ill-fated for the viewers who saw him fight Tim Doc Anderson at City Limits, which was a fabled bar. I don't know, were you around when City Limits was here?
When I first got
City Limits, yeah. We did a boxing match there. But I go into the Cafe Seville, and I run into Hackey Reitman, and then in the back, I hear all of this yelling and screaming. And the whole crew there was involved in like a horse race at Santa Anita when they had a little bar in the back there and a kind of a narrow little path there to get by. And, you know, the wait, Joey has a way, like even if the wait's going to be a little longer than, you know, would care to think, and it's well worth it. But he has a way of making you feel like it's coming up right now. No,
polished,
it's just great. Yeah,
veteran, old pro who knows how to take care of people.
really good. Yeah, no, and it's great when the owner walks around the place and is friendly with everybody, and is always like, those portobellos, they're on me. So he's great. Anyway, it's Cafe Seville, and if you're in South Florida, it is Oakland Park Boulevard and Bayview, and anybody that's coming to town now that it's season. We were mentioning earlier the proliferation of license plates, blue and white with Jim Souvian.
That means I remember. So how come they always forget to tip?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole other topic there.
Those
were the words of Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually, there's an explanation because
there's nothing to do with the South Florida Sun Sentinel or
Canada. They already include the service and the VAT, and so they're not. It's not the same kind of tipping custom. I tell you what,
is that based on Canadian plates pulling up to the? They don't valet either, though. I mean, they're going to stiff that guy also. Let's face it. I don't want to classify everybody in that same category there.
So the Let's Eat
fine Canadians
on the Let's Eat Facebook group. Anytime you just have a post about tipping and is it tipping too much, you're supposed to tip at one of these fast casual places. It's like throwing chum into the waters. Everybody just goes crazy.
People get vicious.
Like hundreds of comments.
All right, we're going to come back and wrap things up with the Gambling Gourmet, and we'll take you up till about 9:30 Eastern time here on Ion Channel, and it's great. I mean, just having Gulfstream Park in the atmosphere is just a fantastic inspiration here. And, of course, Deal Volkswagen, tremendous people. Jersey goes in there, buys a car yesterday. In-N-Out Burger, my friend. Speaking of the chain that you broke some news yesterday live on the air that not only were they coming to South Florida, but they were no longer coming to South Florida. In the span of 30 seconds.
What?
That was a brilliant piece of reporting.
Oh, that's annoying.
So no In-N-Out Burger coming in here. DeSantis blew the deal.
One of their executives said, "We have no plans at this time of bringing In-N-Out to Florida. It was just an introductory phone call that we did as a courtesy at the request of the governor, who apparently Governor DeSantis was a little grandstanding.
Price might have been too high for In-N-Out.
There's no he's trying to induce it, but what I've always heard is that In-N-Out never wants to come east of the Mississippi for whatever reasons. I don't know.
All right. Plenty of good burgers around town. All right. We're going to come back with more. The Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo. Let's Eat South Florida. 64,000 strong. I know Jack wants to tap into some of that. And could be more the expansion of the Gambling Gourmet. Nice. I mean, you're talking about a guy that is a genuine item now.
There you go.
If I expand much more, I'm going to burst.
Well, and, they say TV puts on 10 pounds, but
I am fat.
I'm going to go with the green screen concept. There might be an extra 20. All right. We'll be back with more on the Defo Show. Mike Lubitz at the controls today. He's off camera, but Mike Mayo and I coming back on Ion Channel in a moment. Now that. A lot of people like it that way, Lubie. It's not 9/11.
Don't know what that means.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Gambling Gourmet, here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. You know them. It's been there for over 70 years. 2500 Griffin Road there in Dania, Fort Lauderdale. It's an institution. They've got great steaks, seafood, chops, great bar, friendly vibe, good drinks, good food. And they also have a butcher shop. So if you don't want to eat in, you could take the best steaks that you want home, grill them yourself. Tropical Acres Steakhouse. They're open every day except Sunday. Go there and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a house and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
We're now that it's football season, it's time for cliche talk.
Yes.
It's like
Stu Dickman is going to take. That's my alter ego, Stuart Dickman, and the Stuart Dickman
So if
show.
you could run, here's my encapsulation of handicapping every football game coming up this season.
All right.
If you can run the ball and control the clock, obviously you're in a good position to win. But also defense. You need the good defense because defense wins championships. Now, of course, if it's a really close matchup, it could come down to the special teams. And then when you get to the fourth quarter, it's all about who wants it more.
Yes, who wants it more? Good for you. That was the good capper.
The best way to kick off your day is with Defo plus Lubie. We now return to the Defo Show.
Ravens couldn't run a ball, and they didn't want it as much as the Dolphins did last night. So that game went exactly as the cliches would have mandated. Welcome back to the show, Deal Volkswagen. Degenerate Friday, brought to you by Gulfstream Park. Of course, our title sponsor, Destination Sport Miami. And how about this? I mean, people are always confused about health insurance and what to get. Do you get that supplement? Is Joe Willie on the level?
It's that time of year.
Did he sell his soul to the devil there?
Medicare supplements, open enrollment, healthcare.gov.
Yeah, HST insurance, that's the way to go, man. They can straighten out all of your problems and all of your confusion. Health insurance is open to enrollment as of November 1st, so they're in action right now. And at HST Insurance, they understand how confusing this time can be. You need a standing 8 count every time you read another come on. We can help you navigate your options, whether you're looking for yourself or for your family. They have a plan for you at HST Insurance. Their trusted advisors can find a plan that meets your needs. So take this number down, put it in your telephone, or commit it to memory, which for us would be a high degree of difficulty. 855-282-8022. That's HST Insurance, 855-282-8022. That is not a pick six sequence. That is a telephone number that you need to call if you want to get your insurance issues straightened out by the best in the business. HST Insurance, 855-282-8022. All right, speaking of numbers and numerology, Lubie has the selections from our handicappers. We weren't able to bring them to you on the air today due to a small technical snafu. Hey, did you bring the machine? No, I left it home. But nonetheless, Lubie, if you can, I know a lot of people, the professor, I think, picked 4 college games, and
yes.
Mark Lawrence, 2 college, 2 pros.
2 NFL.
So
yes.
in rapid fire fashion, but with enough time to comprehend it and take them down, Michael Lubitz, and our handicapper, the professor first, and then Mark Lawrence second, our handicapper selections for this week. And then Mike Mayo fetching and bitching and moaning about the perils of a Breeders' Cup scandal. Go ahead, Lubie.
All righty, so we got Wake Forest. This is the professor, all college because he's Mr. College. Wake Forest laying 2 over North Carolina State. So Wake Forest -2 over North Carolina State. You got Nevada +3, so getting 3 over San Diego State. You have Arizona State out in the Pac-12, laying 5 and a hook over Washington State, so -5.5 over Washington State. And UM, he is a Cane fan, but he's actually very sensible. UM on that 3-game win streak, laying 2 and a hook over FSU on the road at Doak Campbell Stadium. So that's Ken Man, the professor.
Very nice.
And then we have the one and only Mark Lawrence, 2 college, 2 pros. Minnesota out of the Big Ten, getting 5 and a hook. I'm like, why are they all pluses? Oh, wait, it's Mark Lawrence.
It's Mark Lawrence.
So-
Never has given out a favorite ever in the history of the show, and with a winning record lifetime, which is pretty remarkable. I mean, great.
It's classic.
Did he have any theories attached to these?
He actually did.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to botch it, but we can try for it.
Yeah. What did he have?
All
The
right, so-
redheaded stepchild?
The BODs, BODs. I am dogs with better offenses and defenses.
Oh, yeah, because that was
Better
a
offenses
statistical
over
permutation. Yeah,
defenses.
very good.
My favorite.
All right.
So Minnesota, that's getting 5 and a hook over Iowa.
Right.
Again in the BOD category, Mississippi State getting 5 and a hook over Auburn. Then moving to the NFL, Washington, the Washington football team getting 10 over the Bucks, and Seattle getting 3 and a hook over Green Bay.
Yeah, notice a trend there, Mike Mayo?
The man
massive
loves
dog.
his dogs.
Massive dogs.
I kind of like that angle because at the track, also the way I try to make money is just identify favorites that I hate and go against the favorites with some other logical horses that you
Of
can get
course,
5 and 6
yeah.
to 1. It's the same theory in play. He identifies favorites that he hates and goes against them. And I guess that was it Seattle Green Bay game is the new what's the angle on that one? Don't bet on the guy who is
Oh, here it
refuses
is.
to
Here's
take
his
a jab.
NFL strategy.
Yeah.
NFL, 2 mad as hell Avengers, both lost in playoffs in last meeting against this week's opponent. So revenge.
Okay, so a little revenge on our minds. All right, you have revenge on your mind for whoever disqualified the one ball in that race, and they were both trained by the same guy. It was kind of interesting. Both owned by the Sheik, Godolphin Stables.
Yeah, that's the throw the baby out with the bathwater angle. Why does when one horse goes down and is flailing around in
Yeah.
the gate and clearly is a automatic scratch, but
Yeah.
the other one kind of during that commotion broke through the gate immediately,
Very gently so,
collared,
though, yeah.
and had no reason of being scratched, and yet somebody pressed the button that scratched him in all these pools around the world.
Was it ever explained? Did they think it was part of an entry because it was the same owner and trainer?
Nothing was explained because this is horse racing and things get a little bit
Yeah,
murky.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, I heard that some of the betting shops in England were able to restore the modern games was the horse that ended up running and winning the race for purse money only, but was not included in any of the betting pools. And, it's one thing if you love the horse and you were going to bet 1,000 to win or across the board and, they declare him a non-betting interest, and okay, no harm, no foul. You didn't get to plunge. You didn't get to wager that money. The ones who took it on the chin are what these so-called the horizontal wagers, the pick 4s and the pick 5s. In a pick 3, in a case like that, you get a consolation pick 3. And in a double, when it's a double or a pick 3, you still get paid a much lower amount with the one horse, but at least you get money back. But in the pick 4s and 5s, the rule is automatically, instead of getting an alternate choice or getting able to pip an alternate on your ticket at the beginning in case a bizarre situation like this happens, you automatically revert to the post-time favorite. In this case, the post-time favorite turned out to be a horrendous pig named Dakota Gold who ran up the track.
Is that him? Is that the
I
two?
throws that in there.
Oh, my God. That's what they gave us, this trick?
Who clearly wasn't on the same
Oh, my
class as
God.
some of the other Europe. And,
if you ever wanted to question whether the game was on a level, it would be an unnecessary scratch of a horse that was eventually going to be the race winner that just absolutely mowed down. I mean, and did it seem like everybody you knew had an interest in this?
Yeah,
race?
well,
Of
so
course.
I had a miserable day. Like I didn't have any live tickets, so
Yeah.
I had no dog in this fight. But like I said, I know people, and I think Joey had a couple of tickets, a pick
Cafe
4 and a
Seville,
pick
yeah.
5.
That's
One was going to pay like $1,700, one was going to pay $400, and you watch your horse come, just like
Came
completely
flying out of
dominate,
nowhere, yeah, and dominated.
and you end up losing your ticket. And it just seems like there has to be changes that you either have to start paying out of consolations on pick 4s and pick 5s like you do for the pick 3s, or have a system. We have the technology now where in every race you designate one alternate horse. So like you could add in another horse if one of your horses gets scratched, so that instead of going to the post-time favorite automatically, instead, if there's a late scratch, you would go to what you put as your
you get a horse
alternate
that you
on
like,
your
that you
ticket.
selected. Yeah, no, that'd be
And-
nice. And then the favorite, of course, would jog in all of those situations.
Yeah, and I
when
feel
you had left him out of the equation. It's a rough spot. It was unfortunate because you would rarely. I don't know that I've ever seen a horse mistakenly scratched under those circumstances. Now, in New York, and every state has different rules on this. And in New York, if I guess, and maybe that's universal, where if part of an entry is scratched,
This wasn't an entry. It wasn't
No,
one
I
and
know
one
that,
A.
but
Yeah.
but if part of an entry is scratched, the other
Other
half
half
can run for
automatically.
purse money only. So the owner,
If it's a
still
late
gets the
scratch,
benefit.
yes.
Yes, something like
If it's a
that,
gate
because they don't
scratch.
want to have somebody playing games where they left a stiff in the race,
Hey,
and buried everybody in the process.
So I want to do two things. I guess number one, I had a miserable Saturday, and racking over the racing form, trying to come up with winners, and I end up losing 5 dimes. But then I go make up for it. I go to the Hard Rock. I play the nighttime poker tournament, end up winning it, chopping it, and hit a high hand. So I walk out of there with $1,100.
Wow.
Then I'm feeling good. I go down to the Gulfstream after the Breeders' Cup on Sunday just to kind of have some of the ribs and have a couple of drinks, meet some friends. And just on a hunch, no racing form, no nothing. I see a horse named Follow Me Mom. And I had just visited my mother on
There you
Sunday
go.
because
Or
I'm a
signs
nice
from the
Jewish
gods.
son.
Yeah.
I just throw down, I throw 2 to win in place. He was like 10 to 1 morning line. He goes off at like 33 to 1. And I also
Nice.
did an exacta box with my numbers, 3, 6, 9. And next thing I know, I'm turning $10 into into 3
300.
sticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dimes was a
I
little
was like,
excessive
that's
there.
good
I
for
mean,
you.
if you're going for 5 dimes on a Saturday.
66.80 for the
Yeah.
win, and it was like I got $180 back on the exacta. So it was.
I hear theme music, so I know you had a horse in the same race as Jersey
Okay,
Kyle did
yeah, I want to
earlier.
give out. Me and Jersey Kyle have a good, healthy rivalry going, because his stimulus picks, the way they run, like I said, instead of the Gambling Gourmet, I'm going to be the Gamblers Anonymous Gourmet, keep following his picks. But we're going to have a head-to-head matchup. We'll see who finishes ahead of one another. But in that same race, that Big A, they're back to Big A on Saturday, the Artie Schiller turf race at a mile, 9th race. I'm going with the Defo Hunch Play special.
Yes.
Rinaldi. And you could cue
As
up
in
the
Tom
music.
Rinaldi, There you yeah. go.
Cue
Oh,
up
said
the
the
string
horse, too,
music.
yeah.
6 to 1 morning
That's
line,
nice.
ridden by top jock Luis Saez for the H. James Bond stable. And I'm just hoping that Rinaldi will appreciate the change in venue. I think he likes the Big A. He last ran up at Saratoga. So, hopefully me and Kyle will team up for an exacta and not the reverse exacta.
Well, the last one you
like-
gave out was in the Derby, and they finished last and next to last when you guys picked 2 horses in the same race. That's the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo. Spent some time last night in the company of culinary royalty. And I was at a memorial service for a gentleman. It turned out, that this guy couldn't have been a better guy, the guy that passed away, although I never met him. But I would have liked to have known him, is the way I felt leaving this service. And that's not always the case, right? You think, the bum me, who cares that he's gone? But I really felt some compassion for this guy. And sitting next to me, a good friend of this gentleman, was the great chef Oliver Saucy,
from the Cafe
world-acclaimed
Max, yeah.
chef and author of many cookbooks and things of that nature. And so we were talking, and he was saying, that you're going to come to the point in time where a restaurant's going to have to, if this keeps going, this trend, where a restaurant's going to have $100 steak, and they're still not making any money on it.
Wow.
That things are really getting to be excessive
Depends on
in
the
that
place.
category. Yeah,
It depends on their monthly rent and their overhead. Some places they're fortunate enough to own their property, so they don't have to pass along.
Put a fork in that one, though, Mike.
Yeah.
$100 steak.
Well, no, I'm not
And they're-
paying.
and they're
it.
not
And
making
again,
money.
we'll talk about this
Yeah.
more on the lunchbox, but it comes to a point where people can't afford to eat out. You can't. It's like it's not worth it. It's like
Yeah.
paying $1,000 for a round of golf at Pebble Beach. It's like maybe some people can afford that. It's
Lubie
just-
went out there, hit a few, shanked a few
Yeah,
into the-
right.
into the Pacific. Yeah, it was great. We got to run. Michael, a pleasure, man.
Oh, I didn't
You're a
get to
real
say-
pro on
yeah.
this thing because you did all of these shows. I didn't know you were on a golf channel, with just command
at its
performances.
early stages. I
Very
was up
nice.
there in Orlando
Tim
a lot.
Rosafort and all of those guys from the Sun Sentinel. And I know you said he wasn't doing well, Tim Rosafort, but great guy and
Best
a tremendous
wishes to him.
influence in golf journalism. Michael, always a pleasure. Hey, great being here. Congratulations to all the people.
Welcome back, Lubie.
Ion Channel. I hope they're not having a big corporate meeting right after this to decide the future of the program, because I really enjoyed myself today on a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Gulfstream Park involved, and of course Destination Sport Miami. And thanks to all of our fine sponsors here on the program. For Mike Mayo, Jersey Kyle earlier, the non-visual Mike Lubitz, which seems to be the preferred status now.
But who is that saying these things? What do I bring with my face that is so different than just my
people
voice?
like it that you're not on camera. I don't know. Maybe it was the crib.
He has a face for radio, and a voice for newspapers.
Exactly.
We love
He's a unique talent, man. I mean, he's his own brand. That's the
I'm
beauty of it.
going to be honest.
All right. We'll see you next time on Ion Channel, Monday morning at 7. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time as we leave. You know that.
The time.
It's about 9:30.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Look what they done to my soul.